Two walks are like me, you go pick and choose. I seen those feet just to get in the loop. Push to they point, they like Tupac and Juice. They got sick of the running and picked up the dudes. Logo gon' make niggas shaking they boots. Looking like Ricky when they in pursuit. I got a dream that I'm trying to pursue. If it feel I'm like Biggie, just give me the loot. Megatron, bitch, I'm a villain. Pressure on to make a killing. Leprechaun, green to the ceiling. Put 6 dots up on your head, now you krillin'. Double cross me from the game, you forbidden. Never a way that you go be forgiven. Weapons draw, now blood is spilling. This happens every damn day to earth spinning. Talk to my demons, they got me believing that I'ma go crazy like I'm Majin Buu. I'ma just go right through anyone in front of my money and everything I'm trying to do. But they can't stop me. These niggas don't like me. These niggas is whack and I feel like a news. Some of them, they just be blind to the fact cause they mans got some up and they don't have a clue. I'ma just leave all these little niggas hurt. All you gotta do is just mention me first. Niggas be mad cause they making this dirt and be me cause I put all these beats in the hearse. They like the way I be going berserk. Choppy like me but they putting in work. Talking on Twitter, I'm thinking they birds. Mention me and I bet you my niggas go lurk. Niggas, they knew I was different since birth. You not 100, don't like to converse. Niggas be bitches should put on the skirt. We send you to the doc, we send you to the nurse. Creeping good luck cause I stay on alert. Finish a nigga and one is for sure. Get to the line and I'm finna convert. You not eating, you niggas save room for dessert. Hate is contagious, but I got the antidote. Popping they top like I opened the can of coke. If niggas ever forget and they think I'm in last, I'll drop 50 just like I'm Leangelo. I make your bitch come right out of her pantyhose. Niggas run up in these niggas on panic mode. Ripping these beats on my words highly flammable. 007, I'm a fucking animal.
Yo, what is up, YouTube boxing family? It is I, K, right here. I'm back at it with another good live stream for y'all today. Oh, also, don't forget, episode 8 will be coming out on the show, or episode number 9. I forgot what number I'm at to keep myself on track for my podcast. I will be coming out with a episode. Don't forget, that will be coming soon. I will be cooking on a lot of stuff to talk about. I'll probably do it after this live stream, and then I'll just upload it tomorrow night, and then I'll just get that done. So either way, salute to everybody that comes in. The streamer link is there if anybody wants to come in and chat. I'm just gonna talk some boxing, just recap on the fights, and yeah, pretty much just get up out of here. Probably not going to be here for that long, just like about 30-40 minutes, and then I'm going to go take me my shower. But yeah, let's talk about it, man. Artur Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr., and then we'll talk about Abraham Nova versus Robeisy Ramirez, and then who else? I'll probably talk about. I don't think there was any other fights going on, not that I know of, especially on June 18th. But I think that's about it, because this week is Jesse Bam Bam Rodriguez and Sriram Visai, and then on June 24th is the whatchamacallit, that's the Pro Box TV for Jonathan Gonzalez and some other weird dude that I don't know. That's a Puerto Rican 105-pound WBO titleist. And then also, for those of you that like to talk about bare knuckle boxing, or if you guys like BKFC and all that stuff, BKFC, that's the Fight TV network for bare knuckle fighting. They're also hosting their event on June 24th, and there's some good, decent names on there, like Luis Palomino versus Elvin Leon or something like that. Like that's going to be like a rematch between them, but I'm definitely looking forward for that fight. And some other fights, I think Britton Hart is rematching Beck Rollins. Like, I know Beck Rollins, she used to be a UFC fighter. She was a great, she was a good fighter, decent to say the least. But that should be an interesting matchup once again. But I just figured I'd just put that out there for y'all that like BKFC or bare knuckle fighting. I should probably talk about that, but I kind of feel like BKFC is like not something that that people really get into. But I personally like it because bare knuckle fighting is actually very, gory, and it has like a lot of good, exciting fights. So it like definitely brings on a lot of, how should I say, brings on a lot of hungry, boxing fans that aren't getting the best, like the biggest fights on boxing transferred over to whatchamacallit, to actual, like, other fighting sports. But definitely BKFC, the best always fight the best every single day. Yeah, so yeah, like I like watching BKFC. BKFC is funny, but definitely some good ass, barn burner fights. But yeah, let's just talk about it, man. I have a lot to say. I'm probably going to talk about Beterbiev and Smith first, and then we'll head over to Abraham Nova and Ramirez, or Robesi Ramirez, and then I'm also going to talk about some other controversy that I've been hearing between Terrence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence, which I find this very, very interesting for what Crawford said the other day. But yeah, let's get right to it. We have to break down the Beterbiev and Joe Smith Jr. fight. I thought this fight by itself was pretty much a absolute wash. Never really thought of Joe Smith Jr. to be that good of a fighter to begin with. He is a good fighter. He's decent, but he's not like the super duper best fighter out there. He definitely had like a good, decent jab, which he completely abandoned after the first round. But leading into like the second round, he just absolutely got slaughtered. Like he didn't know how to box, and it was just sad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, salute to you, Terry Smooth. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. But yeah, honestly, I just didn't really see this fight really being competitive. I really thought Joe Smith Jr. he was going to make some noise with his jab, because he is at the like he was like the bigger, taller guy getting beat up by Beterbiev, but Beterbiev he was at the more heavily skilled boxer, where he just knew how to box and he knew how to bring himself, to a level of which Joe Smith Jr. he was never brought to that level before, and I knew eventually, like that was going to be the ultimate equalizer of Joe Smith Jr. to basically, you know, like how should I say, break down to Beterbiev's pressure. And Beterbiev he he has like demonoid hands. Like I don't know how to properly explain it, but every time he hits you, it's like a part of your soul gets taken away every time you get hit by Artur Beterbiev. But I just think honestly, man, there really wasn't anything I could see from Joe Smith Jr.'s side where he really made himself successful in the fight. I really thought Joe Smith Jr. he was pretty much damaged after the first round, and leading into the second, he looked like he was absolutely out of it. And I was glad that the referee stopped it, man, because I don't hate on Joe Smith Jr. He's a good, decent person, just by hearing him, and I don't think there's anything that I could say bad about him. I just don't really say that a guy like himself, who has a full time job, who is working and who is putting in the time and effort to be successful, that's not a how should I say, that's not a failure in a boxer. If anything, that's a very successful, outside common man type of fighter. Where honestly, like I really wish boxing was a multi-million-dollar level paid sport, because if the fighters really did have like full financial control, where they did get paid for what they actually were worth, but then on top of that, like fighters had multiple sponsorships, and you actually did fight the best all the time, and whoever made it in the sport are the ones that actually keep on winning, like in those big tough fights, that could actually measure out the amount of money that you build up. So therefore your marketability could your marketability could be higher over time, where you have like a higher ceiling to be successful. And that's really like the biggest problem in the sport, where you don't really see the best fight the best so early in their careers. You see it like in the middle of their careers or later on in their career. And I just don't like that, because it's like, you mean to tell me that like guys like Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney shouldn't have seen each other early in their careers. To me personally, I don't mind those type of fights if they're ready, but I can see it from a layman's perspective that if you were to tell me, okay, there's no more promoters, no more sanctioned bodies in boxing, and everything can basically be a marketized system where you can have the fighters fight whoever they want to fight, but it's not going to just be like whoever they want to fight. You have to be forced to fight the best. So you can try to fight some low level dude that nobody doesn't know, but if he is like a really, really tough fighter himself, or he or she, and they just come out of their way and they just, like, hard stomp you, then that's on you. Everybody should be put next to each other, and it should be a gauntlet of everyone fighting each other. And I think that's a proper way of putting things under control in the matchmaking and boxing, because you cannot tell me that some of these dudes that are just watching these guys that they shouldn't even be in the ring with them. But it's like, think about it. A guy like Jaime Munguia, he's like what, 39-0. He's never been in a really, really tough fight other than, like, Gabe Rosado, but that's about it. Like, you mean to tell me Jaime Munguia, he doesn't need to be tested with any top killers in his career, because Golden Boy can just choose to move him in a way where they're just going to wait until somebody vacates, and then what? Jaime is going to become a champion with a vacant belt? I don't like that, but to me, that's just how I see boxing. It's so stupid with the matchmaking, and the promotional stables are mentally retarded with trying to block fights and shit, and I don't like that shit. Like, I like to see that gone and completely removed from the sport. But as far as everything else goes, um, I'm not really too, how should I say, I'm not too eager to really see that much from Artur Beterbiev left. I think him and Dimitri Bivol should be the next step moving forward, and I think just about that should be it. Go for undisputed, and then the winner can just either like retire or, like, they could move up. But I don't see Beterbiev and Bivol going up to cruiserweight. I think cruiserweight is not really too much of a good division for them, because that's pretty much like the heavyweights, at a lighter weight in boxing. But I think light heavyweight division, they can easily make their run, and then that's about it, man. Because I don't want to see Bivol fight that much anymore. I think Bivol, his last run should be fight Beterbiev and just hang it up. He could very well test himself at cruiserweight, but there's really nobody there at cruiserweight that can really say, like, oh, well, that's a big money fight. And I don't think that's really going to offer enough money other than Bivol. He could run it back with Canelo, but Canelo, he's obviously going to, duck the living crap out of him. So, he's going at him fighting Triple G next in September, which is absolutely dog shit. But other than that, that's pretty much it. But I thought Beterbiev did a phenomenal job. He dominated Joe Smith Jr. He is an absolute monster. He's a killer. And I think him and Bivol is going to make a really, really good fight for undisputed. Two Russians going at it. And honestly, I would personally like to see the fight out in Russia. I think that's a really, really good, selectionary, venue. Or, if anything, they could bring it out here in the States. I think that's a really, really big money fight where, the fight itself should really be in America. But knowing how the situation is politically between Russia and Ukraine, I don't think Bivol and whatchamacallit, Beterbiev will probably want to see each other in Russia. But I don't know how that's gonna work out. But if it can work out, by all means, go for it. But that's pretty much it with how I see that. But let's talk about Abraham Nova and Robesi Ramirez. I didn't think Abraham Nova fought the intelligent fight, but I also want to blame the weight cutting because I think the weight cutting was a major factor of him losing. I didn't really think there was really that much to really say about his fighting style because he wasn't really fighting a smart fight, but it doesn't really hide from the fact that Robesi, he's not that much of a puncher, but Abraham, he's not really too much of a natural 126 pounder. And I've really never seen him do good at 126 ever since he transitioned down. But it's like, even though that he has all this nutritionist and all that, I don't see the progression getting any better. I think 126 is like a no-no. Like, this isn't your natural weight. You could be scaling a lot better at 130 and above. Because I think honestly, like theoretically speaking, if he had fought at 130, from that point on, before making the move to 126, I think he could have easily built up his resume a lot better by fighting some high level names. And I think Top Rank definitely would have moved forward with that. And he would have done a lot better things with his resume and career. But I wouldn't say this is the end of the world because Robesi Ramirez is really not that big of a name, and it like obviously, a win over Ramirez would have brought him closer to the title, but now that's out of the picture. The problem that I'm seeing is that where does Abraham go? I think honestly he should just continue to bust the ass to 130, and then you can easily get a belt there. But for those of you that don't know, he's actually currently ranked like I think like number 6 or number 7 by the IBF, and I think the best route is to go through the IBF because you can go through the IBF, you can beat up on everybody's ass up there, and then that makes you the man to be the mandatory between let's just say the winner between Shakur Stevenson and maybe Joe Cordina for well, actually, I don't know. I think Joe Cordina he's going to be out of the picture very soon because if Shakur says, "Hey, if you and me want to fight right now, let's get it," like we could fight, and then boom, that actually makes a lot better sense. But if he's not going to fight Joe Cordina and he's going to end up facing like a mandatory and like what Oshaki Foster, and then who else is like number one in the WBC or no, the WBO. Yeah, the WBO is Archie Sharp or some shit like that. Um, I don't know. I think Archie Sharp, like Archie Sharp, isn't really like a that good in my honest opinion, but I'm pretty sure to all of the weird, British teeth fans in boxing, they're probably gonna say Archie Sharp is that good. He'll wash Shakur, but I don't see that shit. I honestly I really see Shakur Stevenson having much of a difficult problem with Oshaki Foster rather than Archie Sharp. I think Archie Sharp would be a very easy, like 12 round wash. but I really don't see Shakur really, how should I say, ever like getting tagged up by Archie, and I think Archie would just get absolute flatline by him. So I don't know. I think honestly, Shakur is probably going to try going for the Joe Cordina fight, and I think that's at the better, um, that's at the better way to go. And I think that should be the next step for him because he has a lot more, fish to cook or fish to fry, and I think that's something that he should go for. Um, but looking at these rankings in the WBO, Shakur Stevenson is obviously the WBO and what you call it WBC World Champion, and the notable contenders that are in this division are very very high, and I think his biggest threats that will probably give him some trouble will be Robson Conceição, who is number 2 in the WBC and the WBO. But Don't forget Eduardo Ramirez. He's number 4. And remember what I said about the other day about him and Luis Melendez. The winner fights in a title eliminator with O'Shaquie Foster. So now it makes me think inside my mind that Robson Conceição could very well fight Shakur Stevenson if he can't get this fight in with Joe Cordina, or the WBC or the WBO forces him to make his title defenses between Archie Sharp or O'Shaquie Foster. And I think for the WBA, if I'm not mistaken, Roger Gutierrez will be fighting Hector Luis Garcia for the title belt, which there's no WBA super champion. So Roger Gutierrez is the champion of the WBA. So I think honestly, Gutierrez, he could very well just say, "Hey, look, if Shakur can't get the fight in with Joe Cordina because he has some mandatory issues, I think him and Roger should fight each other, and then the winner they face Shakur Stevenson." So I think Shakur Stevenson is going to end up probably either fighting Joe Cordina, and if he can't get that fight, then it's probably going to be Roger Gutierrez and Joe Cordina after Roger Gutierrez fights Hector Luis Garcia. So I don't know, man. I think honestly, Joe Cordina, he's probably going to be in the toughest position because he has some tough ass fucking mandatories coming up. He got Shavkat Rakimov, who gave Jojo Diaz a lot of problems, and then he got Zelfa Barrett, which I don't think Zelfa's that good, but he can make some noise. He obviously knocked out Kenichi Ogawa, which he dropped all the way down to like number 3, but that's really nothing. But then after that is Samir Ziani, Azinga Fuzil, Bruno Tarimo, some guys that I don't even know. But then you got Abraham Nova, which is very interesting. And yeah, other than that, that's just a bunch of dudes that nobody's never really heard of. But yeah, I think honestly that the WBO rankings are a little bit outdated, but we really don't know what's probably going to happen. I think honestly, just based off of like what we're going to see in the next coming months, I could easily see Abraham Nova being being in that position of getting a world title. But he just needs to he needs to take it slow. He doesn't need to be back in the ring within 6 months. I think 4 or 5 months. That's not the best route for him. There's a lot of good names that he could easily take out. I think he could easily take out like a guy like I don't know. I think honestly he should probably just face anybody that's decent decent level, and I think that should be like the next step because he could definitely make some noise, but the state of 130 is very very hot right now, so I don't know how that's going to go by, but I think just by looking at the level of competition, we definitely have a lot of tough names in this division. That being Luis Nunez, he's a really good 130 pounder. Very 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 strong, very very tough, very very agile. You have a lot of dangerous names in this division, but I don't know, man. I think honestly, uh, there's some dudes here that we haven't really heard of that could very well come in and just upset everybody, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it with Abraham Nova and Rabasi Ramirez. Credit to Rabasi, he did his thing, but I wasn't really too hype on his victory over Abraham. He looked very sloppy. He looked like he was really just trying to go in for like a lucky knockout punch, and he got it done, but I wasn't really too satisfied with the victory. I don't see him really scaling that hard at the high level. I think if anything, he really puts himself in a very very bad position with some highly skilled fighters. But other than that, I think Abraham Nova will have a better return back to 130. and I think his ring return will be very interesting to see. But yeah, moving forward, let's talk about the Terrence Crawford situation. That's our final topic, and then I'm going to get up out of here. He said that Terrence Crawford says it's an honor to share the ring with Errol Spence Jr. And I believe he said this in a DAZN interview where he had a conversation with them, and he basically said, quote unquote, it's an honor to share the ring with Errol Spence for the fans. And I just find that to be really weird because wasn't this like the guy saying like, oh, like where you at, EJ, trying to talk all this bullshit against Errol Spence, but now you want to say, oh well, I'm not like I'm not too sure if the fight's gonna happen, blah blah blah. And I just find that to be like absolutely retarded because it's like Terrence Crawford has been holding up this fight for the better yet of 5 years. And this fight should have been made a long, long, long time ago. And I just don't understand why Crawford is not doing that because he could have very well made this fight when they were in their, late 20s. Or like honestly, he could have easily fought Errol Spence like literally off the jump after he won undisputed by like what 2014, right? Or 2015, I forgot like what year it was. I think it was 2017 or 2016. But during those years when Crawford was undisputed, I'll even look it up through the box rec because Errol Spence became champion in 2017 obviously. But I can easily remember that when Crawford became champion, there was all that talk of him moving up to 147 after he beat after he beat Julius Ndongo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So this was literally the same year when Errol Spence had won the title against Kell Brook. He could have fought him at that time frame. Hey, salute to you, Terry. How's it going?
Happy Father's Day, K Rod. I was just listening, and I've been bouncing around a few channels like Boost Goes, the Rebuttal, and I've been peeking here and out. But
Yeah.
now listening to your take, you did have a great take on Better View, and now I see you're on the main topic, the major one around boxing, which is what is taking Bud so long to sign this contract?
I don't know. Um, I was gonna ask just for disclaimer. Are you a Terrence Crawford fan?
Me, no. I'm more of a. I ride with Spence. I used to like Terrence Crawford early because he was always on ESPN. But then me and my dad we were conversating, and like I told him because there was a time when I was in Vegas and I bet 2,500 on Deontay, and he got me 850 back because that was against Luis Ortiz one, and got him in the 10th round, so I got it by knockout. So I was always a Deontay fan, and my dad was. And then my dad said that, oh, I also like that kid Spence. You know who Spence is? And I was like, yeah, Errol Spence. So, I mean, if my dad likes him, then, I sort of switched allegiances.
Yeah, because honestly, like I've always liked Errol Spence ever since I was in high school. That was like back in 2013. When I graduated. But ever since those years, like he's been on a mega tear. But like leading into the year when he won his first title on May 27th of 2017.
Hmm.
If
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not mistaken, him and Terrence Crawford could have easily fought each other after that fight, quote unquote.
Uh, yeah, they could. He could have because around 2017, that's when Bud became undisputed. So he has his pick of what sanctioning body wants to represent, or what he wants to represent if he decides to move up. Plus, I believe he had the Sergey Lipinets as his mandatory for the IBF. So he quickly dropped that though. He quickly dropped that one, and not ever since then, when he moved up, I guess he went I guess it's the easiest route, which is the WBO, which
Yeah,
they give you the shot straight away. And so, I guess if you look at the landscape of the champions at that time, I think you had Keith Thurman. You had, believe Errol Spence was the champion at that time, and then Jeff Horn. So I mean,
Yeah. Yep.
who's the weakest link? You know what I mean? So you always got to go with the easy fish.
Yeah. I just honestly I'm very disappointed because the reason why that I'm pissed off is because Terrence Crawford was talking all that smack towards Errol Spence ever since this whole build up began, and he's held that whole rivalry for the better yet of 5 to 6 years, and now he says on DAZN through that interview, I don't know if you caught it, but he said, it's an honor to share the ring with Errol Spence for the fans.
Mm, that's like a whole 180. You know what I mean? Like a whole change of your tone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So now it's making me think are you now just going off of a script and basically are you now just coming to the realization that you caught yourself in all these lies, so you need to hold yourself to the fire to be honest from here on out, because if you don't make this fight with Spence, or if the fight is gonna happen, you basically have to eat your own words, because it's Errol Spence isn't going to forget about everything that you've said about him, and I think Errol
True.
Spence will very well bring that up in the press conference.
No, you're. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. I'm eating the cookie. But no, you're right. You're right, K. Rod. Like, could say could I don't want to say it might be promotion, but I think it might be like promotional in a sense, similar to how Cambosis Haney, like, all the trash talking, but then after the fight, it's all love and respect, mutual. You know what I mean? Like, but the interest is already there for this fight. There would need to be no need for any kind of banter or bashing them. There's a fight that the people want. So I was just thinking like maybe it's just a little bit of hyping up the fight, but this stalling out. These days go by and they need to go put a date on a calendar. They got to find a location. So Bud, we got to hurry up because the days are going by fast. And if you want to fight, if you want another fighter, get this done by 2022. You only got so much time.
Yeah. And I'm very shocked that there's no announcement being made, because we're almost nearing the October date that everyone wants to claim that's gonna be the fight date, but that's obviously not true, because Errol Spence had said he just signed his portion of the contract, and the deal's not completely done. So Terrence Crawford Terrence Crawford is basically the only person on his end where he has to finalize the deal, and that's when the promotion will start going for the fight.
True. Do you think it might be a little bit like what happened with the Manny Pacquiao situation, where remember what Bomac admitted that Manny Pacquiao signed his end of the contract, but Bud didn't, and that was because remember Bomac told him not to sign that.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm thinking.
is
Terrence
Bo-
Crawford's gonna Terrence Crawford's gonna be stupid enough to listen to Bomac telling him, well, Crawford, don't be don't be signing that contract, man. Don't be don't be signing that contract.
and that's why I don't understand. Like, I think it was already worked out. It was already worked out. Like, I know Manny was going to get 40, but you're getting 10. 80, and he was willing to take the 80-20 split because he did want Manny on his record. So I'm like, if you're willing to accept 80-20, and that's the next thing. I know because of the numbers and what he produces, he's a great fighter and everything, but I think like maybe a little bit, and maybe we'll find out in the upcoming days or weeks. Like, is Bud stalling out for more money? Like, is he trying to he could use a little bit of that leverage of a past contract, saying that I was offered $10 million to fight like Manny Pacquiao, Hall of Famer. Like, how you could try to use that as leverage in negotiation. Please don't tell me he's trying to do something like that, because like then how much money would Errol deserve for this fight?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking inside the back of my head. Because Errol Spence doesn't need the money per se because he is rich, but it would be nice to give him the lion's share of the wealth because he is the A side, and Terrence Crawford should be respecting that. Errol Spence is willing to give you a 55-45 split when
Shit,
clearly
that is hella. That's like brotherly love.
yeah,
Considering the number, like that bud. But then I think you know what it is. It might be because being at ESPN, he was so used to guaranteed money. Like that's why I'm wondering, like maybe what are they offering? But like maybe $5 million, $6 million plus, a share of the gate, a share of the pay-per-view sales. I'm not sure if you can get the concessions or anything, but we can go give you some back end money, something like that.
yeah. I just find it so weird, man, because it's like Errol Spence, he obviously wants to be great, but if it means that you have to sacrifice some of your greatest earnings that you could be making right now just to be great, then sadly for me, I would have to say just do it. Why not just tell Crawford, all right, look, if you just want more money, here, I'll if you beat me, then I'll give you a extra 10% of my purse. I don't know. But it's
Are we
like,
gonna have are we gonna have to do the Lomachenko Tio Fimo? Remember where Tio said like I need more money and Lomachenko came out, I think another 700,000 out of his own purse to fight
yeah,
you see what I mean? It's like, yo, if
like,
that's what needs to happen, but I mean it
yeah.
shouldn't, you know what I mean?
Hey, yo, salute to you. I am sure. Well, thank you for coming by. But
Trill Will up in the building. How you
yeah,
doing, Trill
yeah,
Will?
yeah. Salute to I am True Will. Please go subscribe to I am True Will. But nah, it's just honestly, that's just how I'm thinking how this fight's gonna be made. Crawford's gonna say something really, really mentally retarded to the point where he's gonna say, "Oh nah, man, I need like more money, man. Cause me and Manny Pacquiao had that 80-20 split, so maybe drop me like a couple M's or something like that."
Yeah, we could give you. Well, how about this? We could probably give you, and I believe he was used to making 4.5 over there at ESPN. So how about this? We can go give you six straight up, six guaranteed, and then we can go possibly 70-30, 65-35 on the back end. So you might walk away with 7.5. You know what I mean? Maybe close to eight in total. In total, even though you get the upfront money, then you get another check a week and a half, 2 weeks later when all the ratings, all the numbers get counted. You know. Like maybe we could do something like that. You still get your highest guarantee that you've ever earned. You still get that, and then you still get that. You'll get another check within like a few weeks. The side money once all the other concessions, pay-per-views, everything else is collected.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because Crawford, he's in a good position if he beats Spence, but it's
And
like,
then next question: isn't Crawford used to taking the B side because didn't he give Amir Khan 7 million to his
yeah,
4?
yeah.
So come on, he see.
Yo, I was laughing my ass off when I looked at the purse splits of that fight, and Danny Garcia said, "Well, why the hell does Amir Khan get 7 million? But he's
I
gonna,
think they offered him like three or three
yeah,
and a half.
yeah,
And
the
then he
same
said,
amount."
that's what he said, I make that much fighting Rod Salka. And I'm like, I don't blame you, Danny. I do not blame you.
Yeah, Cherwell said that backhand money. Y'all know what time it is.
But that money, remember, you already getting the straight up. And then the back end, like, you could be chilling, you could be on a boat, resting, and then all of a sudden, do. That's right there, another payment right there on your phone. You know what I mean? Like, because you get that side, the back end. Like, and that would be a win-win situation for Bud because, considering how Errol, he commands a heavy fan base. So that, the pay-per-views is going to be great. He'll probably, they're going to sell at the stadium, with the arena. So,
Yeah,
you can the gates are going to be there. And then if you work it out with the arena, maybe can we get a little bit of back end money for the concessions for, the beer, the food that's been sold? Like, come on, bud. This would actually be like would be your biggest payday, that you've
yeah,
ever
it
received.
is. But on top of that, Crawford is waiting so long to the point where the fight needs to be promoted. Because if there's no announcement by like let's just say July 20th,
I would
then
say beginning of July, because then you got
yeah,
wait, you got July, so then you got
beginning.
August, September, and then you got October fight date. So I was gonna say he's only got like a week and a half, two and a half, maybe 2.5 ish weeks max, and then you got training camp for a fight of this magnitude. Shit, give me 11 weeks, give me 11 and a half weeks, because But Arrow's been training, and I know Bud's been in the gym, so unless they do the standard 10 weeks, that's my only thing. I'm thinking like how I think Joshua said that if he wanted to fight Wilder, he was going to need a 4 month camp. I'm like, no, no, no. I
Oh,
remember when he said that. He said, yeah, a 4 month. I was like, a 4 month camp just to train for Deontay? Like, yo,
man.
come on.
This is garbage, man. But it's just like I don't like. I don't understand. If you are ready to go, you should be ready to go. You should not be making up these damn excuses to say, "Oh, well, I can't I can't be doing this, I can't be doing that. I need more time, man." Like, no. Make the fucking fight and let's just get this get this shit going because you are holding up so many angry fans and I don't want to be rude here, but I'm gonna have to be. But all these dumbass Bud Dick riders that want to say, oh, well, Errol Spence, man, he's holding up this fight, man. Terrence.
Errol is not holding up the fight. We know that Errol is not holding this up.
Yeah, he's saying it from his own mouth, saying like, look, the fight's done on my end, but Crawford, he needs to come to the business table and say, hey, let's get this shit going. Because at the end of the day, you are wasting our time. You're pissing me off. You're pissing off everybody else that's trying to get their plane tickets ready to go to Vegas. And this
Right.
fight's going to be sold the fuck out by 1 month. I kid you
My
not.
only thing is, I would have said you should have did it in Dallas because then I could hike up the ticket prices in Dallas, bigger stadium, more seats. You know what I mean? Outside weather, so you know what I mean. You don't have to be all in that kind of arena where you might get a little sweaty, might get hot. Like you'll still have you know what I mean. Like and plus you're gonna get more money on if you take in the concession seats and then way more people in Dallas. So you know what I mean? Like it would seem like I would want it more in favor of Arrow's area, only because just the number of people and the crowd size.
Yeah, because I think the AT&T Stadium's like the perfect spot for that fight
Yeah, they can
versus
hold up to eight. They hold 80 to 90. That well, they can do more during the NFL, but during I think Arrow when he fought Ocampo, I think he had like 80 in attendance or 70 in attendance. Like
yeah.
that's actually really good numbers. And then I remember what Jerry Jones said after that. Well, I think it was the first or second round KO. He was like, "Boy, you can fight." He was talking to Arrow. He said, "Boy, you can fight here anytime." But that's because Jerry Jones knew he got that money. He got money messing with Arrow. You know what I mean?
No, but I think honestly, the AT&T Stadium's a perfect stadium because compared to all the other stadiums, like the MGM Grand and what the
Like the
Thomas and
T-Mobile
Mack
Center.
Center, yeah, T-Mobile Center, all those venues carry up. Well, for the MGM Grand, they carry up to 16,800 people. Thomas and Mack Center is 19 grand, 522 people, and
Well,
then
then why don't we do it? Why don't we do it neutral then? If we do an arena, why don't we do like MSG, Madison Square Garden? I mean, unless you want to do it at we could do it at Madison Square Garden. We could do it at the Barclays,
yeah,
neutral territory, and those are great sellouts. Um, unless you want to go to Black Hollywood, Atlanta, where Tank did sell out. I'm not
oh
sure if you want to do we could do LA because you still got the Staples, but the Staples, you got the Staples. I mean, they're now it's called the Crypto Arena, called the Crypto.com Arena. So I mean, there's a lot of good open sites, venues where you get a lot more. I mean, if you want to do it in Vegas, of course, the money's there. But if you want to take it to neutral sites, those are also great neutral sites as well.
yeah, yeah. I think honestly, I would personally like to just see the fight down in Dallas because that's gonna be a massive crowd. and I think what the money, like you said, is more valuable, and then you're gonna get so much off the back end where, but the rematches will be a lot more valuable too. So
True, historically, rematches are definitely worth, they get more. But this is on Bud's stubbornness to me. Like, come on, Bud. Like, let's be honest. Like, you're gonna get a career high payday plus. I mean, you're gonna get back end money. Please don't tell me you want everything on the front end. Like, unless if I'm Steven Espinoza, I can give you eight. I'll give you eight straight up. Arrow, I'll give you 10, and I got to give Arrow like 80-20 on the back end. So it's like we got to do something.
yeah, but I I personally like to see the fight itself definitely put itself um like a much more higher and a much larger venue because the amount of marketability brought to those bigger networks, they're going to be promoting it like crazy. And on top of that, knowing that football season is coming around, to have that fight published by like October or I'd probably say honestly, like I
Or
wouldn't
how
want to.
about how about we do this? How about we do this, K Rod? If we can have it in Vegas, let's do it at Allegiant Stadium. We can do it at Raiders Stadium.
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
You
definitely,
know what I
definitely.
mean? And that would still garner a big stadium. We got a little bit of an outdoor. It's still, I believe, outdoors too. Like I would think that would also be that's still neutral site, but you can also get more people there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I like honestly, like I definitely can see that be made. Um, I think like honestly, like for the first fight, it should be at the Allegiant Stadium, and then whoever wins that fight, the winner between both sides can have the choice to fight anywhere that they want, whether that could be down in Dallas or maybe out in Omaha, like possibly maybe. If
I mean,
Crawford,
he could. I mean, if Crawford wins, he could have the rematch in the Cornhusker Stadium. You do it right there in Lincoln. You do it
yeah,
right there in Lincoln.
yeah, that like I don't know, I think honestly, like for Crawford's benefit, it would be best to probably fight there, or maybe fight at like maybe the Nebraska University Stadium. I would
Yeah,
like to.
that's where the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They're located in Lincoln,
Oh,
Nebraska.
really?
Ain't too far. Yeah, and that's not too far from Omaha. That's like his backyard.
Oh shit,
hmm
man!
So if he wins, he could have it right there in the stadium, right there.
I'm right
And
there down in Omaha, Nebraska.
well, it'd be in Lincoln, but it's damn near Omaha, and then he's already been honored by the University of Nebraska, multi-time champion. He how like Tank Davis did one of those with the Baltimore Ravens, how they honored him, they brought him on how they put the camera on you, you wear the jersey. Bud did that already. Bud
Yeah,
did that already
Duke,
with the University of Nebraska.
the Duke basketball team actually honored him too. They actually invited him to come down to take a picture with the team and shit. I know that.
I'm not sure if he's a Duke basketball fan, but I know he's a heavy Green Bay Packers fan. I have seen him decked out in his Packers gear.
Yeah,
But
but
then like Bud, you shouldn't have no problem like going to fight in Dallas. Weren't you just there at the Dallas Galleria? That mall, you were just out there. Like, it's a good feel. I'm pretty hopefully you can't go Dallas to Arlington is literally like I want to say like less than an hour. It's all in the DFW area. So I
yeah,
mean, you could have easily went right there to Jerry Jones World and seen, scoped it out. Like you look at the numbers and the fans that you could put in all these seats, and then plus you're gonna have more front row. Like they'll make seats, for the closer part of the ring. Even though we're gonna have to pay more money for those tickets, but if you're already there in Dallas, like come on, bud. You know,
yeah. I would really like to see. I don't know. Like personally,
Mo,
if it does end
Mo
up,
box. I was gonna say this. Mo boxing in the building. I see you, Mo. Salute to you,
oh
Mo.
yeah. Salute, like a salute to Mo Boxing. Salute to you, bruvs. Yo, Mo, come up onto this panel, man, so that way we could be chatting boxing.
Yeah, jump on, Mo.
Jump on.
No, but I feel you. I'm with you 1,000%, K Rod. I'm with you 1,000%. I just want to know like what is the holdup? Is it because Bud doesn't have who's his manager? Or did he or does he or is he just no manager because he left Bob Arum top rank?
I think his management is through Bomac, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh Lordy. The
Yeah.
same person that told him not to sign a contract before and wanted to give Amir Khan 7 million. Like, oh Lordy.
Yeah. That's pretty much like the problem that I'm probably looking at right now. Yeah, salute to you, Mo.
Salute to you guys, man. How you guys doing, man?
Yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
happy
yeah,
Father's Day, Mo.
Happy
We're
Father's
good.
Oh,
I don't
thank
know if you guys
man.
celebrate.
Happy Father's Day to you guys as well. Are you guys fathers or
I'm
Oh,
not
not
a
Nah,
dad.
not yet,
Well,
not yet.
one day that will happen,
I
man.
probably
But yeah,
will be one day.
one day, man, one
Even
day.
if you,
One day.
But
and for us, it's future Father's Day.
future Father's Day, man. Don't leave it. Don't leave it too late, man. Don't leave it too late. I became a father when I was 20, actually 22, going to 23. So I'm now 36 years old. It was actually my birthday on Thursday. To be precise, it's actually 16th of June. That was my birthday, man. But I didn't want to make a
Oh
big deal
shoot!
on it, you know. I didn't really want to make a big deal. A lot of people say like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's my birthday" and all that sort of stuff. And then, I just thought like, keep it on a hush hush, yeah. But so yeah, it was my birthday on Thursday, and then today was Father's Day, and then obviously you got Juneteenth as well today. So it's all in June. I'm a Gemini, man. Like us Gemini, I'm a lucky person, to be born in June, Father's Day, and and Juneteenth as well. Yeah, well, what a great time to live. So yeah, what you guys talking about then?
We're chopping it up about that Errol Spence Terrence Crawford and what the what's the holdup in regards to why this fight hasn't been signed and
Oh, don't even start, man. Don't even start. You know what? I'm telling you something now. I'm telling you something now. Yeah. If this fight doesn't happen, I'm gonna blame both guys. I'm not blaming Bud. I know people gonna be like blaming Bud. I'm blaming both Spence and Bud because that's only fair. Because we're not in their respective camps. We're not on the insiders. We just hear rumors. So it's only fair to blame both men why the fight is not happening. And also, I'm gonna blame the fans as well, because us fans, I think we kind of fueled too much, and fuel to the gas, yeah, fuel to the whole situation. And bro, this fight should have happened about a while ago, man. It should have happened a while ago. I'm telling you.
no, you're right. We're right now, me and K Rod, we've been chopping it up if it's been about something about money, if it's been location, because like the end of the year, like we're at June, so we're in the
Yeah.
6 months. Like there's only 6 more months left in this year, and it's like what so what are we gonna do? Like like you guys were talking about trying to get everything done, fight in 2022, but then you guys got to go through training camp and then everything else like that. And everybody else is starting to get later in fight dates. So, we sort of got to get this ball rolling because we got to establish a fight date, get a location, accrue the money, things of that nature. Get the promotion for the fight, let the location. So, if you want to, like you and K Rod, can y'all speak on that?
Yeah.
What? Speak on what? The location.
Location, price, contracts. Like, what do you feel like might be holding up this fight?
Probably the percentage on the money. I think maybe you know what? Scrap that. I'm not gonna blame Bud. Okay, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh yeah, Bud wants 50-50 and stuff like that. But you know what? I think he deserves 50-50 because let me tell you something. Yeah, AJ, he's the cash cow. Yeah, so if he ever fights, let's say Fury or Wilder, he's gonna give them 50-50. So I think the same should apply to Errol Spence as well.
Well, remember,
Yeah.
with AJ and Wilder, that fight was supposed to happen. It was supposed
Yeah.
to be signed, but Eddie Hearn wanted to give Wilder just a $15 million flat fee and
Flat
no
fee, yeah.
rematch clause. Like
Exactly.
that's so AJ, he's making like I think he's making 25, 30 million a fight. So that's not even 50-50.
Yeah. He's making, when I say 30 million, that's even in pounds. So the pound is worth more than the dollar. So we're talking about, if it's 30 pounds, we're talking about maybe like $45, $45,000. I mean, $45 million. That's a lot of money, man.
Wow.
But Eddie Hearn, he admitted it. He said, I should have offered Wilder 50-50. It's too late. Because he's seen that Wilder gave Fury 50-50, even though Fury didn't deserve that. We've seen who sold that fight in America. It was Wilder. Because the Dillian White fight against Fury, nobody really bought that in America. Apparently, they done like 11K. Dillian White and Tyson Fury. So there you go. You know that Wilder, that 600 or 700,000, whatever it was, the buys. Obviously, it was the black people, all people. We're the ones that bought that fight, man. We the ones that supported that fight. And part of me, I have to blame all of us because we made Tyson Fury a millionaire. Let that sink in.
On top of, well, remember Eddie Hearn. Bob Arum did give Tyson Fury $100 million 5-fight contract too, but that was because of the performance he did in Wilder Fury 1. And that's when Bob Arum started.
That was the second. No, that was when he got beaten. To me, Deontay Wilder won that fight, the first fight, but but obviously they said it was a draw, so he ran away from the rematch, as you guys remember. So Bob and ESPN offered Tyson Fury, I think it was at 80 million or 100 million. I can't remember exactly the price.
No,
but
he got a $100 million contract with ESPN.
Yeah. So we got ourselves to blame. Because we supported it. We gave Bob a lot of money, man. We gave 700,000, and the gate as well. The gate, in that stadium, it was packed. In Las Vegas, there was a lot of black people there. And they came to see Deontay Wilder. A lot of people thought, this is going to be like, it's going to be a great, highlight knockout. I don't even want to go into it because I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm a boxing fan, but I'm also a Deontay Wilder fan. I was hurt in that second fight, man. Tyson Fury looked huge in that fight. He looked abnormal. Like, it's just, it looked like superhuman. Like, it's just, I'm probably never going to forget that, Even when I'm 80 years old, I'm still going to, going to talk about that shit, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then the third fight, you guys know what happened.
And those still did great numbers. And those still did great numbers even in the third fight. They still sold great in the pay-per-views, and everything was still sold out. I believe again in Vegas. So But,
all the brothers out there. Yeah.
And we are a major supporter of boxing. So Terrence Crawford and Terrence knows because of what Errol's been doing. 400,000, 300,000 pay-per-views. But you haven't even cracked 200.
200,
You know what I mean? Like Victor Postol, he did I think 70,000, 60,000. And with Sean Porter, what was this 120, 150? So I mean, but then Errol, with Ugas, he did 300. Danny did 300. So it's come on. At some point, you gotta understand. Even Bud knows that this is a business.
But if we want to see the fight, I think Errol has to bite the bullet and say, look, okay, whatever, I'll give you 50-50. How much money is enough? To me, they're both millionaires. So if you want to see the fight, if this guy is saying I want 50-50 and is being stubborn, if Errol gives him 50-50, Errol's going to look like the hero, especially even if he wins. He's going to be like, look, I gave this guy 50-50 and I beat him. We want to see this fight badly, man. And for money to hold this fight, it's just shame. So this is gonna make if Errol says okay 50-50, this is gonna make him a legend. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna show his character, what sort of person he is. I'm telling you, man. I don't know. Again, it's a business as well. It's not charity. Let's remember that. And money talks, man. Absolutely. Yeah. hmm
So that's what me and K Rod we've been thinking about, like, because in the past, Bud didn't sign that contract with Manny Pacquiao when I guess and Bud was willing to take 10 million to Manny getting 40, and
Yeah.
then it'd have been a little, and that's an 80-20 split. But then it was
80 today.
Bomac who said don't, yeah, and then Bomac told him not to sign the contract, and I'm like, what do you mean don't sign it? This is like your career high payday, and you're fighting
Yeah.
a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, to be honest, I don't even know if this fight is gonna even do a million buys. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I honestly think if I have to predict, it's gonna do about around the 600 to maybe 700 mark. That's what I think anyway.
That is great. Tell me that's not great numbers though for a
Yeah.
welterweight undisputed fight. That those are still great numbers because that price tag on that fight is probably going to have to be at least minimum $80 for pay-per-view buy. So
Yeah. hmm
you're walking around with like what 48 million I believe it's like 48 million if you do
Yeah.
$80 in a month. So
Yeah.
plus
48
what
million. Yeah. hmm Yeah.
plus
48
what you
million. By
get.
the way, apparently we have to cook because Kero is gone for 15 minutes, so we just look after the channel.
No. We
I
got
just
you.
had,
I got
I,
you. I got you.
I just had Domino's, man. Look, Domino's pizza, man. I shouldn't have that, but you know
Oh
what time?
shoot.
It's kind of late as well.
Oh no, don't. You already know. Shoot, at least you already got some food. I had cooked a little bit earlier, so I got
Yeah.
something up in my fridge. Well, no, I was just
Yeah.
I wanted to help. I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit of this boxing because I
Yeah.
guess it was a good weekend of boxing, but now
Yeah.
considering how just a lot of things, and I guess Bud did an interview over there with I guess I was told the Zone, and he said that it would be an honor to share the ring with Errol Spence. But
Yeah.
if it would be an honor to share the ring with Errol Spence, you should do your end and try to make that happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
So I
Um,
mean,
to me, I think our stand should say, look, 50-50, because you know why? Otherwise, this shenanigan's gonna keep going on and on and on. Like, you know, we've been waiting for
true.
this fight, and something is telling me now they're both playing us, man.
Hmm.
I think they
But
they
they
played.
but but they know the potential. They know the potential money that could be involved in this fight. Like,
Yeah.
definitely can make over 50 million in total. With gates, with pay-per-view buys. Like, why would you play around with that potential around amount of money? Both fan bases want this. Like, why would you play around with that?
You know what it is? You know, I think now he's a free agent, okay? And for them not to make that fight, it's just like I don't get it. He's not with Bob anymore. He said to Bob in the last press conference, he said, you know, how are you gonna make the fight? When I was with you, you couldn't make the fight. So now that I'm not with you, how are you gonna make the fight? That's what Bud said. He spoke like a big man. And now he's a free agent, and somehow he still can't even make the fight. Let's remember, they're welterweight fighters, man. Welterweights don't run boxing. It's the heavyweight division where the money is. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
these guys are like, like they're messing with the fans, man. And maybe it might not be them. It might be like the broadcaster. It might be Showtime. I don't know, because I know Fox is not involved anymore. So it's Showtime, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be Showtime pay-per-view. So that would be Steven Espinoza. He's
Mm,
the main runner of that. And when it comes to him, I believe
yeah.
I'm not sure if he was saying like Bud is trying to overprice himself or anything, but at first in the
Mm,
beginning they were saying that Bud would have to take a lesser amount, but then I
yeah.
guess they started switching up their tune, and so now it's a little bit like if they're willing to include more money, you know then if they're willing to include more money, like we're not going to know the numbers, us as fans unless they put the numbers out there. But I'm not sure if it's going to be the venue. Errol said
Yeah.
that he'll go, he'll fight anywhere he would prefer in Dallas because You
Yeah.
can put more, more people in the stands, more people in the seats. But that's when we were, me and K Rock, we were talking about other neutral locations that have big venues. You could do Madison Square Garden. You could
Yeah.
do the Barclays Center. You could do out there in Atlanta. You could do out here in LA where the Staples Center is. If you want to do it in Vegas, you could do it at the Las Vegas Raiders Stadium, the football stadium. So, just to get more money, put more people in the stands.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I think Vegas, there's nothing better than Vegas. I think when you fight in Vegas, they can make so much money. I know what's the capacity anyway in Vegas?
I believe like for certain indoor arenas like the MGM and the T-Mobile, I think you get like 18 to 20. Then you get 20, but then we have a football stadium out there, and that one
Yeah,
can hold I think around 80,000.
80,000. Yeah. So
I believe so. Like 70, around 70, 80,000 at Allegiant Stadium.
yeah, but when you say 80,000, it's gonna become like the way like the UK, because the UK we got Wembley. It's about, I think it's about 90,000. If you can push it to like 94,000. But like once
Hmm.
you start putting that fight in a stadium, it becomes cheaper. But when you put it in Las Vegas, the arena, the Wilder and Fury fought, yeah, the regular arena,
Oh,
that makes more
I think
money.
that yeah, that's I believe that was MGM, and MGM is
MGM,
always
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
always
yeah. MGM,
famous.
yes, 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 yes. MGM makes more money than like fighting in the stadium, because the stadium is more cheaper. The tickets are more cheaper. But in like the MGM, like you have to pay more. Some people even pay like 10,000 a seat. You know,
True,
some people
true, that
pay
is true.
500, like 800. Like when you look at Wembley, most of the seats are like about 40 pounds, which equivalent of like $80 or something like that, and 60, maybe $75. So it's quite cheap.
Which was bigger? Well, I was gonna say that, and then I know you guys have the O2 arena out there, right?
O2 is only 20,000. O2
Oh,
is
what?
20, yeah, but the O2 is similar to the MGM. It's much better.
Oh, okay.
I like the O2 better than Wembley. Wembley is so fucking big, yeah. Excuse my language. Um, it's just like sometimes you could be too far from the fight. You're looking down at the stadium. You could be high up, bro. You could be. It's like you're miles away. You're looking down. You
Mm,
can't even see nothing. So what sort of experience is that? So I'd
yeah.
rather like go to the O2 Arena. It's much more smaller. It's about 20,000 capacity, and you could see everything. Yeah, you could see the
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
fighters. You could see everything. Wembley Arena, it's just. I'm sorry, but it's not for boxing. It's football, aka soccer stadium. Even the NFL sometimes come there as well from America,
Right.
and they play there as well. Whenever there's like some sort of NFL final, like I don't know how it works, but they play in Wembley in the summer. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they
no,
do a few exhibition games over there. I was gonna
yeah,
say I think because I'm familiar a little bit with I watch a little bit of UK boxing. Like I think you guys also have Sheffield. Uh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure how big Sheffield is, but
Sheffield
I
again
asked.
is a bit like it's like a football stadium again. So that's about 30,000, which is not too
Oh,
bad. But again, it's like a stadium. It's not like an arena. O2 Arena. There's nothing better than O2 Arena. That is an arena. All the others are like a stadium. The stadiums is just too big. You're too far away from everything. It's designed for football, soccer, football, you name it. But it's not designed for boxing. Boxing, the ring is quite small. Yeah. So you need an arena for
right.
that type of stuff. But like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, they like to boast about how many people they got like into the arena stadium and all that sort of stuff. It's all good. It sounds attractive, but really and truly, to me, it's wrong. I find it quite wrong. Like when they start putting those type of fights. But let me ask you a question. What do you think about AJ against Usyk is confirmed and it's going to happen in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia?
Now here's my thing. I have
Yeah.
been reading about I guess on Boxing Scene. They had an
Mm,
article that's written, and I think you can go check it out. They were saying
mm,
that Usyk is in they say quote unquote monster shape. So if Usyk is in, really, really, tip top shape, which I believe he is, I've
Yeah,
never seen Usyk ever out of shape, and plus he's got a gas tank on. He can go
yeah,
all 12. My only thing is I worry about Joshua because he switched trainers and now
yeah.
you're with Robert. He's with Robert
Garcia.
Garcia.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
Angel
sure
Fernandez.
if he see with that. I'm not sure if that would have been the best idea to choose and
Yeah,
select that kind of team. I
yeah,
mean, with me, I was like, you could have went with Ronnie Shields, you could have went with Derek James, because considering them, they don't really deal with heavyweights, so and they don't have real heavyweight fighters on their roster, so you could have easily fitted in, gotten in there. But
yeah.
that's my thing. I don't know why you would want to select Robert Garcia. He's got two losing fighters already. So you know what I mean?
But let me
And
ask you
you
a
had
question though.
Riverside. Go ahead.
What if Derek James wanted more money and okay, let's say, I heard that he went to every gym in America. He's seen Rodney Shields as well. I think maybe they asked more than more than like he can give them. So maybe Garcia was like, look, I'll train you for whatever you offer or you pay me. For whatever you pay me, I'll train you anyway. I'll do whatever you say, he said. And maybe AJ likes that type of behavior. But if let's say Derek James said to him like, oh yeah, you're giving me like a million, you know, 2, 3 million, whatever. Maybe they said that. We don't know exactly, the ins and outs. So I believe he would have went with Ronnie Shields. But I think Ronnie Shields, he was like blubbering with his mouth. He was telling everybody that, oh, he spoke to AJ, he's going to be the trainer. He went to a lot of platforms, Ronnie Shields, and he told a lot of people that would listen what's going to happen, that he's now the coach. And look what happened now. He didn't even choose Ronnie Shields.
And that's what
Sometimes you
I
have
don't
to,
understand. Like Ronnie Shields is the trainer of Jamal Charlo and a few other people. That is
yeah,
a great trainer.
great trainer. But at the same time, is he after the money? Or, I mean, they're all after the money. Let's not, hide it under the bushes, whatever. All right. I think they all want money. Of course they do. But at the same time, he thought maybe this guy's leaking out too much information because he kind of did, because he was telling everybody. Like, I watch a lot of UK channels. Ronnie Shield was in a lot of UK like live streams, a lot of UK live
Really?
streams. And I'm not going to name them because I'm not going to promote them. But he was literally telling them about what's happening now. That AJ came there, everything was so positive. He's got a great chance of becoming his trainer. But
That,
Mr.
that's
Garcia,
that's
on
what
the
I
other
don't.
hand, he was quiet about it.
I understand. I understand, and my only thing is like if it's about
Yeah,
pay, I would have to look at like what happened with Triple G, because with
yeah,
Triple G, he got all his success with Abel Sanchez, and then
yeah,
all of a sudden now when Triple G gets the big DAZN contract, I can't say all, but Triple G got a really big front loaded, and he got shares and stocks with DAZN. Now, all Abel Sanchez was asking $3 million for a trainer's fee, and Triple G
yeah,
cut him. And that's where I'm like, dude, $3 million to continue training you, like, and you've already got millions, you've already got money coming through, you got back end money, you have shares in the zone. What is $3 million to you when I've gotten you this far, in your career?
yeah, absolutely. Oh, salute to you, Isaiah Felix. How you doing, man? I can see you change your name. Salute to you, man. Yeah, Kerwood is gone. I don't know where he's gone. He said that he had a phone call or something, and he's going to be back in about
I'm back.
15 minutes.
I am back. Sorry.
Oh, you're back. Okay, okay. Mr.
Uh,
Kerwood is back. So salute to you, Isaiah Felix, man. We're looking after the channel. We
Absolutely.
hijacked it, but now he's back.
No, but
Yeah,
I find that interesting for AJ. Like, we're gonna have to see how this works. Like,
yeah.
what can Robert Garcia show him or teach him? Like, because are you gonna make him more of an American style boxer? You know what I mean? Is he gonna be more American style?
I think he's going to go for the knockout. It's not going to be an American style. It's not going to be UK style. It's going to be like, you show hard, don't be scared. And that's it. I think he's going to be more like, what do you call, like, just like a flat-footed, he's going to fight like a flat-footed Mexican. He'll come forward and he's going to try to steamroll him. I think maybe that's the only way. Because
Yeah.
Derek Chisora had
Ah,
good success.
I don't see that working against Usyk. Usyk has great footwork. He's got great footwork. He has a great boxing IQ. You know, he's got great ring IQ. And
Yeah,
then we already know, like, if he already took Joshua's best punches and he was still, giving back to him,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's hard to beat that kind of that southpaw. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's why I'm like, I don't. I would have went with more. I'm not sure about Robert Garcia's intellect and what his boxing knowledge and what he can instill in AJ. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm gonna hope for the best, but I still
Hope
got to
for the
roll
best,
with
man.
Usyk.
You know what
Yeah.
he said? You know what he said? He said that AJ. I was listening to one of his interviews, Robert Garcia, and he was like, AJ, he needs to be slapped. He needs to be woken up. Because he's kind of lost in a different type of world, and I believe so. Yeah, I think AJ, he lost himself. That's why he's acting like a gangster. He's just complete different AJ. He's making too much jokes. He don't act like he's a 6'6" guy. He acts like he's like a welterweight. He just needs to change.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
Isaiah
was
Fair
his
saying he
trick?
got Usyk again. Yeah, yeah. That's like a quite popular. Obviously, to pick Usyk, it's going to be popular. But okay, let me ask you guys a question. Yeah, if AJ wins this fight, yeah, where would you rank him? Because obviously AJ's got no chance whatsoever in this fight. Where would you rank him? In a division if he beats Usyk.
Probably number two, right behind Fury, because that's what everybody else is gonna rank him. And then that's where you got your British all undisputed heavyweight championship right there.
Yeah, but he's unified, isn't it? Like if you look at Fury, he's only got WBC belt, and he,
That's the
and
only
you know
belt
what?
that
Yeah,
that's the only belt that AJ needs though to become undisputed.
yeah, but Fury doesn't have those belts, even though he did win against Klitschko, but he never had it at the same time, so we can't give him the accolade.
I thought Tyson Fury vacated his belt.
No, they took it off of him, man, because you know what? He was supposed to fight Klitschko, yeah, and they had a press conference as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, and.
Hmm
Yeah,
He got
in the
he got
rematch.
done.
I
He
knew
got
that.
done for like cocaine and all that. He was sniffing
Oh
cocaine.
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I was talking about the WBC belt because I thought he got banned from the United States.
he
With
still
the
got it.
ban.
He won't get stripped, man. I don't listen. Mauricio Sulaimán, he's getting paid good money. Like he ain't gonna strip Fury. That guy, Mauricio Sulaimán, is a crook. He will never ever strip him. There's no way in hell that Mauricio
If the
Sulaimán is gonna take
United
his
States
belt.
government gets on him and he's like, on the manhunt, then I don't know.
Yeah, I say Felix is saying
Shoot.
Fury is about to retire. Too much heat is going to be on him. Yeah. It's good. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, Fury is one of the dumbest people that I've ever seen. America is like literally looking to Daniel Kinham, yeah, and he's trying to go to America. And let me give you guys a free game. You know what Fury done the other week, last week when Daniel Dubois was fighting in Miami. Fury was, he wanted to go there, but he was denied entry. So what he done was he went, he posted a picture of him and Paris, his wife, in Miami, but they were not even in Miami. That was an old picture, but he was
Hmm
pretending that picture was like taken in Miami at that time. So he's basically lying. So people asked him, why did you not go see Dubois? Because Dubois is his friend. They're both in the same promotional company, Frank
Yeah,
Warren, Queensbury Promotion. Yeah. So he's posted that picture trying to say like, oh, I'm not banned, but he is.
No,
He's banned,
because I
man.
remember when he was in Miami, he also met and talked with Adrian Broner. I remember they were at a nightclub in Miami. That's when I'm like, nah, because I
Mm,
remember that. Like he was there and he talked with Adrian Broner and everything.
yeah.
So I can't give him that.
That was an old picture, man. He's not allowed to go to America. And you know what? Why would you go to America, yeah? When you when the police, the FBI, the DA are looking into Daniel Kinham and you're involved and he's one of those people that are banned from it. So what if America said, all right, come in there, and then they lock him up?
That's a setup. That'd be unless we bring him in just to
They can
set
easily
him
lock
up.
him
You
up.
know what I mean?
So I wouldn't even if my life if they're looking into like Daniel Kinham, if I was working with Daniel Kinham and they're looking into Daniel Kinham, yeah, I wouldn't even try to go to America because I know that they're gonna fuck me over. But guess what? Fury doesn't have like no brain cells. He wants to get locked up. he, you know.
Oh, Lord.
So anyway, what's your take on? Because I need to know what you guys think anyway.
I think Tyson
Oh.
Fury is going to get either executed or he's going to be locked up, for life in prison.
Now here's the thing, because we can confirm that MTK Global, they did pay consulting fees to ESPN and everything in regards to consulting fees. That is confirmed. You can go Google that, everything else. So my question is, ESPN and Top Rank, I'm not going to say you're complicit by association, but we are going to have to talk to everybody who is involved in regards to those consulting fees and everything else with MTK Global.
Yeah.
And just leave Bob Arum out of it, because Bob Arum's already 90. He can't. Come on, you can't even charge Bob. He old. Come on, man.
Yeah, they're gonna leave him alone. He's gonna say, "I've got dementia," and they're gonna leave him alone. Once he said that he's got that type of illness.
It wouldn't even be dementia. They're gonna look at him. It's like, dude, this Bob Arum. He's 89. He's 90 years old. Like, what is Bob gonna do? You feel me? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't think. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen to Fury. I don't think they're gonna lock him up. But I think his house in Nevada. I think he's got a mansion in Nevada. They're gonna take that off of him. That house is gonna go to. It's gonna go to the America's gonna take that house off him. All right. They're probably gonna ban him from America. And
sees all of his. I'm guessing sees all of his American. Like if he has that.
Yeah,
you think the American government is gonna seize it?
Yeah. So that's it. Basically, I don't think they're gonna lock him up. They're just gonna fine him some money, and maybe like fine him like about 20 million, whatever, and just take his house, and that's it. And he's definitely gonna have to fight. So this retirement stuff, this is all about him trying to milk it, because he knows what's gonna happen. He knows that he's gonna have not a lot of money left after after they take his money. He's gonna have to fight. He's gonna have to. He even said, "I want to fight Wilder." That's what he said.
Yeah, I just read that. Like they said that story broke like 15 hours ago. He said that his next fight wants to be Joshua and Wilder. I'm like, but then you were just talking bad about Wilder, saying that he's mentally and physically destroyed. I destroyed him. But then why you want to fight him for a fourth time then?
Fourth time, yeah. That's what I'm saying. He was like,
you're fucking desperate. That's why.
This is what he said there. He was like, I want to fight that Dozo Wilder again. Like, just leave the man alone, man. Like, Wilder is not even like, Wilder's happy from what I've seen. But Isaiah Felix is saying Bob's almost 95 years old. Laugh my ass off. Bob is too old, man. Listen, Bob, they're not gonna go after Bob. Bob is too old. They're not gonna achieve nothing. And anyway, he's a Jew, so we know what happens with Jews. Anyway, they get protected, the Jews. So
now hold on, we did do one of them in America with Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein couldn't beat that rape case with the casting couch. He had to take that 2nd or 3rd degree rape. He's in New York State prison for like 23 years. Then he has to come out to LA because he's still got to deal with the one with Ashley Judd and all the other actresses, because it's in 2 different states. So that man is 80. He's already 80-some with a 23-year rape sentence. So I mean, come on, like you just adding on. You know what I mean? Bob is different. Like they gonna look at Bob. They gonna see him with the cane and everything. Come on, it's Bob. Like
yeah, but it's Bob. They're gonna say, Bob is gonna get away with it.
Bob Arum. It's good old Bob Arum.
So
plus you're gonna know that I helped promote Muhammad Ali. All the history. Some boxers. The boxers are gonna come out and defend him and everything. So I said, it makes no sense to try to go at Bob. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think, listen, it's safe to say that Bob is safe, okay? They're not going to really go after him. It's not even worth it. What are you going to do to him? Like, are you going to give him 10-year sentence? We don't even know how long he's got left on his earth, And
you can't even give him probation, because it's like, come on now, do this. Come on, man.
Community service.
Don't even do that. But what's he going to do? Go to the schools and talk to the children? Like, he's going to be talking all slow and, hey, kids. So, like, come on, hey man, my attention span can only go so long.
Anyway, Bob already snitched. He snitched anyway. So, and he also said, I don't want to have nothing to do with MTK Global and Bro Bellum. Okay. Now, Bro Bellum is actually MTK Global. You heard about a month ago that you heard that MTK Global was shut down anyway. So, Bro Bellum basically took over. They're the same people, man. just
Oh,
another
it's
name.
like they like rebranded to like from MTK. They rebranded to like Probellum.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
This is
wow.
exactly what's happening. This is exactly what's happening. Pro Venom is MTK basically. Just so Daniel Kinham's still in the game.
And where is he at? Has he been caught or is he on the run?
He's on a run, but the thing is though, I know Tyson Fury knows his whereabouts, but he's not gonna snitch. Because if Tyson Fury snitches, they're gonna come for his family, and those people are dangerous, man.
We heard
They'll
about it.
take you
Money
out.
laundering, drugs, and gun running too, internationally.
Yeah, and here in the UK, you can't protect yourself. We haven't got no guns. Okay, now right now, if let's say I snitch on Daniel Kinham, yeah, I can't protect myself. I can only have a knife. That's about it. A knife. What's a knife gonna do for me? Not, you know what I mean? This.
Wait, you guys can't have like
This is all
a
we got.
you can't.
This is all we got. We got a knife.
You better make yourself like
Look at his knife.
a fucking 3D
Huh?
printer gun.
Yeah,
We
I was about to say you guys can't
kitchen
get like a
knife,
Glock 30. Can't even get like a Glock 30 or anything. Like you got to have like a little household weapon in case something happens. Somebody
No,
breaks in.
we got this, bro. We got we got
Oh,
knives.
You
Oh,
can
man.
This is the kind of knife, but it's a proper knife, though. You can kill someone with a knife, but if they got a gun, then you're finished. In it, they're gonna shoot you.
Yeah, like
You can't bring a knife to a fucking gun, can you?
you can't bring a knife to a gun.
it's just like it's really hard to get them, from what I hear.
Oh, say that again.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the criminals that do get the access for the weapons, it's very difficult for them to get them. But they have
No. I correct you now. Criminals do have guns, okay? But normal civilian like me, normal people like me, we don't have no
Yeah.
guns, okay? For
the
me to get a
normals
gun,
need a civilian.
it's gonna be really, really hard. But eventually, if I want a gun, I probably can get a gun, but it's gonna be hard. But the criminals, they can get a gun just like that.
Or
They
just
make a phone call and that's it.
Or just move over to the U.S. and go to like a southern state.
Yeah. Listen, if I lived in the US and I lived like in let's say Mississippi or Texas, yeah, I would have a shotgun. I won't be scared of Daniel Kinham.
Get a
You know-
good old damn shotgun.
I would say,
We go
motherfucker.
get you. You come to California. We can go get you a Glock 30 right now.
Hell yeah,
We can get you an easy house protection.
man! People don't play around.
I would
That's what I
say,
say.
motherfucker.
Don't play around. Despite all the latest laws.
I would say, motherfucker. I see a lot of people in the chat. They be like, "Oh yeah, we're not scared of Daniel Kinham yet," because people got guns. Okay, with me, I'm not scared, but I don't want to put myself into a risk as well. I got 3 kids. Okay, I'm a dad, so if I'm not worried about myself, I have to worry about my family. So I can't be like loose and like running around and snitching on people. And obviously there's going to be some sort of consequences. Okay, so I need to be able to defend my family. You understand? So this is why I don't understand when people say in the chat, "Oh, why are you scared of Daniel Kinham?" We don't have no guns, man.
That man is he's an international gun runner, and he's also international money laundering and with
Yeah.
drugs. That's why I'm like,
We're talking
when you
about-
run his right.
So wait, does Daniel Kinahan have a lot of connections in the UK where they
in,
could just
in America as well, and he can get to you now, K-Rod, in New York. He can
Yeah,
go to
if
New
you,
York right now, bro. He can go to.
Hey,
okay.
hey, Rod, if you heard he literally if he traced my iPhone on my location, this man could be at the front of my apartment right now, and he's just busting through the windows in my door. He literally just fire off, and
These
that's
people
the
are
thing.
connected, man.
And they said that on Drew Titan's show, he admitted that it's over 600 plus people that are involved in this. Like, this has got to be international. This is an international ring, scheme.
Yeah, so they're probably like a major syndicate.
Yep.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Yes.
It's not like your ordinary small gang. like compared compared to the Bloods and Crips, like
Yeah.
that's not obviously like mega level, but it's
Don't worry about Blood and Crips are small timers compared to these guys, man. These
Yeah,
guys
Bloods
are
and Crips is that's only within the U.S. Like you don't see Bloods and Crips in really any other country because they got their own kind of.
yeah, that's
Listen,
like only domestic.
listen. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Listen to me. We got some sort of Blood and Crips type of people in the UK as well. They are like small timers. They don't even have that reach what these guys have. These guys are billionaires, bro. We're talking about billionaires. You understand?
Big boy money.
Money talks, bro. Money talks. Like all they have to do is make a phone call and it's like, okay, all right, tell that guy, I'm gonna give him, 50,000. Go to the house and just shoot his head. Just get a gun and then just shoot his head. That's it.
Shit, you go to the hood and offer a dude 10,000 and some stuff, and the dudes from the hood do it for 10.
Yeah, shoot him in the head. That's it. This is the sort of people we're talking about. We're not talking about like street boys, corner boys, that's just slinging like food, drugs, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, these guys are big criminals. They're like the Latino version of what do you call it? What's
The
that called?
The Sinaloas or
The Latin Kings.
Nah, that's Sinaloa. He's talking about El Chapo. El Chapo is the head of the Sinaloas.
Yeah, El Chapo is Sinaloa, but like there's another Hispanic gang called Latin Kings. I know that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they're also in like Chicago. We have some out here in California, and then you also have MS-13, La Mara Salvatrucha.
Yeah. Yep. Maras.
Maras
Salvatrucha.
Yeah, La Mara Salvatrucha.
Yeah.
And that's I know that only because I'm not gonna give away who I know, but I've ran into some people who are real MS and that live out here in like Los Angeles County. They're in like Bell Gardens, Huntington Park, so they are major.
Yeah, like I've actually heard of them out here in Albany. They've been they've been coming over to the Waterville area, and I've heard something like about that here in upstate New York. But other than that, I haven't heard.
Wait. There's a fake Ime War is saying there's a fake Ime War in the chat. Look into that in it because I'm on my phone.
Yeah. Like I sent it. I sent it to Drew Titan. Like I already told him like about it. Like some guy tried impersonating I Am Trillwell, and I didn't.
He's in your chat. He's in your chat.
Yeah. Like that's not the real I Am Trillwell, but at the beginning of the stream, like when me, you, and Terry were talking, there was like a fake profile of him coming in, saying salute, and then I think me and Terry were talking about Errol Spence and Crawford, and he just came in talking about let the money split or something like that. But yeah, like I brought it up with Drew Titan like about it. Like I sent him screenshots of it.
I did do the same thing with Blue Blood because they had a fake Terry that tried to say that I lost my account, and then when Blue Blood rinsed him up, old boy started blocking him, and I'm like, this is a troll that was over here on another stream, and I sent Blue Blood the screenshot.
I'm too well. Is in the backstage. Let him in.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I'll put him on. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, K-Rod?
That's true.
That dude is talking about back end money blocking him. That's not me.
I blocked him just now. I just done it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, like,
I just blocked him.
These dudes are
Our bad, Trillwell.
Our
bad, Trillwell.
Dude, weird, man. Drew
The fuck is wrong with you?
texted me and said, like, look at this fake dude like you running around trying to get on people's page. Motherfuckers are weird, bro.
That is crazy, man. I thought that was you, Well.
No, that wasn't me. That's my old profile picture. That's why I got the new one on here.
Oh my god, man!
It was a fake one that went over the knockout boxing's page, and was ass betting over there trying to make me look bad and shit. And knockout boxing told me about it when I went on his panel. We was talking about before Devin Haney fought Cambozo. But yeah, these weirdos keep making fake pages trying to get on.
If it's the same troll, what it is, it's a young Hispanic kid because I was on another channel before, and he tried to copy my same profile. So That was when I had my teacher picture up here, as you can see.
Yeah.
Then I had to switch back to my football picture, and then when I switched to that, that's when he had went over to Blue Bloods and was talking about, oh, I lost my profile, can you wrench me up? And then he just started blocking people on Blue Blood stuff, and I took the screenshot. I said, I'm not even over here. When I jumped over here, found out he was live, I sent him the screenshots from earlier, from what happened earlier. So if it's the same kind of troll, what he does is he goes around the black channels, and what he does is he clones profiles.
Yeah, I got a feeling I know who it is. Probably one of them weird ass BMX boys, because that's what they notorious for doing. They've been doing that shit for a long time, especially me. They'll go and follow. They'll go to like BLTB's page or 78. I'm not there, and then I go in there, I see them, and I block them.
That is crazy, man. They're still alive. That's weird, man. After like a couple of years, they're still around.
Yeah, they YouTube lets that shit happen though, bro. YouTube will let that shit happen. YouTube will let these weirdos get on, duplicate your account, and go and say weird shit all over the place, and they won't do nothing about it. So
the thing is, though, like to me, like I realize, I don't even chat about them anymore because like they used to trouble me a lot. Like now they're gone. Like they just want attention. Like they just want to shut your channel down. That's what they want to do, man.
Yeah, but
so like don't give them no attention, man.
No, they did that shit last time. They started attacking my daughter and shit. That made me get in my feelings and shit.
That's going over the over the line right there.
Yeah.
That's over the line.
And at the time, my daughter was a minor, so you already know how I'm gonna feel about that shit. I protect my kids. So
that's when it comes to family. Yeah, that's taking a piss, bro, man. When they're talking about family, like that's just like that's the line you don't cross, man.
Yeah,
you can troll me, but don't troll my family, man.
My wife a dyke and talking shit about my daughter and shit. I mean, my wife laughed about it, but that shit pissed me off because
it's not funny, man.
Yeah, I don't disrespect.
It's not funny, but
ain't no motherfucker alive gonna disrespect my wife.
No, man.
Don't give a shit about that.
While we still have you up here, sure will. Like it's always a pleasure. First time actually, speaking with you and everything. Hey, if you've been listening in or anything, sure will. Can we get your perspective on anything about the Errol Spence Terrence Crawford fight and what the stall or what the holdup is?
Because Bud don't want to get exposed for having that weak ass resume, and everybody knows it.
Damn.
Everybody knows it.
But what everybody always says is he knocked out Sean Porter.
No, Kenny Porter stopped that fight. And then it's funny that he stopped that fight, and then the next day, Bud is on Sean Porter's show, laughing and kikiing and ha-haing with them. But then you want to come back and act like, oh, that fight was so hard and strenuous, and they actually had like Sean Porter knew he was going to retire after that fight. And you think you mean to tell me of Sean Porter who had in his mind he going to retire after that fight? Then on top of that, you go the next day, you chum buddy with Bud, and y'all over here laughing and shit and talking about the fight. And then on top of that, let's not forget the fact that Kenny Porter has more shine towards Errol Spence than he do his own son. Let's not forget about that shit. So you mean to tell me with all those ingredients that this motherfucker didn't go ahead and throw that fight?
You think he laid down? He laid down in the sense.
Dropped by Adrian Broner and got back up and whooped Adrian Broner ass. Come on now. And he said that was the hardest punch he ever took. And you mean to tell me now, all of a sudden, now that Bud hit you, you pounding on the damn ring and shit like a toddler. Now I'm hurt.
He said like a toddler.
He was pounding on the y'all go back and watch the fight. He was pounding on the ring like a toddler, bro.
Yeah. He was, yeah. Yeah.
So do you believe Kenny Porter's excuse of why he stopped the fight, saying that Sean didn't do everything I asked, leading up to the fight, like in the pre-training camp?
It was an ego thing, bro. It was Kenny Porter showing Sean Porter, no matter how old you get, I'm still in control of your career. I'm gonna make sure that I do anything to make you and me look good. And when the moment you make me start looking bad, I'm gonna pull the plug on your ass. And that's exactly what happened. Because look at the way Kenny Porter ran up to that ring, dangling that fucking towel to throw the towel in on that fight. Look at that bullshit.
Yeah,
it was suspect. All of it was. It suspect.
Was. And then for him to retire as well, that's a massive suspect, man.
And then just go back and think about Sean Porter's resume. Sean Porter has the most decorated resume at welterweight. He's fought everybody.
He's fought everybody.
Tell me he gonna go out like this? He's gonna go out like that.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
He beat everybody, didn't he? Except Kell Brook and obviously Errol Spence.
Right. Yeah, all right. Sure.
That is true. That's true.
Shit, if you don't believe anything otherwise, you smoking dog food. But
Yeah. But
I mean-
okay, but listen, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you a question though. Like, do you reckon like Errol Spence should just give him 50-50 and say, look, I'm the bigger man, okay? I'm gonna show you, that I'm gonna give you 50-50 and I'll beat you.
no.
He's gonna go down in history, like
No.
he's gonna be like a hero if he does that though.
The reason why I say that no is because Errol Spence has already been doing the heavy lifting at welterweight. Why in the fuck should he give him any more fucking role? No.
Yeah.
He's already done went through the harder fight. Sean Porter, everybody keeps referencing the Sean Porter fight. He fought Sean Porter 3 years after Errol Spence beat his ass.
Yeah.
He fought Kell Brook years after Errol Spence went to the UK and took his belt from him when he was the man at welterweight.
Mhm.
He was the man. People were ducking fucking Kell Brook. They didn't want no parts of him.
Yeah, that's true.
Chocolate brownies, they didn't want no parts of that shit.
Chocolate brownies, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true though. That's true. No, that's true. That's true.
47.
That is absolutely true. Yeah, he made him quit. He was the man. He was the
Yeah.
man.
He's most definitely the man. He did his thing, and that fight was tough for Errol Spence. It was really tough.
Yeah. He was losing on points. Actually, if I remember it right, Errol Spence
Until
was
he
losing
turned
the
around
fight.
the second half of the fight. That he
Yeah.
was losing until he turned that fight around. And then he went in, as soon as he spotted it, he had his ass. He went in and he clamped down like a pit bull and then let up until he broke his face. Just like he did Ugas. And then everybody was saying, oh man, Triple G already broke Kell Brook's face. He already
One of the
broke his face.
yeah.
I gotta remember Kell Brook moved up to fight Triple G.
Yeah, he moved up like 2 weight division.
Yes. He moved up to fight Triple Fee. And then
Really and truly, Triple G is a coward, to be honest.
Yeah,
When you really look at it, Triple G is a coward.
clown.
He fought a guy, like he's a weight bully, to be honest, because Kell broke him all the way from 147 to like 160.
Right.
That's what you call weight bully.
But I tell you what, Mo, motherfuckers can't even tell me what fight that Bud fought that will make me believe that he's gonna go in here and stop or walk through or defend or offensively shut down Errol Spence. And then when I come back with the hey, what is Bud gonna do? Because Bud tended to the body. Bud don't like body shots, just like Keith Thurman. He don't like them. He never has liked them. What is he gonna do when Errol Spence catches his ass with some shit and his ego gonna kick in and he gonna want his lick back? He gonna set himself up to get beat the fuck up.
The only issue with Bud is Bud is a good boxer, but I think he's gonna try go for the knockout, and that's gonna be his downfall.
Exactly.
Because he can't help himself. But Bud can't help himself. He's gonna think, look, this is gonna be a light work, and then he's gonna cut something.
I tell
That's
you
what's gonna happen.
If Bud hit Errol Spence with a clean shot and Errol Spence smile at him, good night. It's a wrap.
Mm.
That fight's gonna end up stopping, and it's gonna be Bud's ass is gonna get stopped.
Yeah.
I'm picking Errol Spence by unanimous decision. That's what I'm picking.
I think it will be a draw.
But if
I
he
think
goes
I'm gonna.
in this fight-
It might be a draw because if it goes to points, they might give it like a draw just to milk the fans a little bit, to make the second fight not.
I'm saying if Bud Crawford goes in this fight and starts slow like he did against Sean Porter, like he did against Kell Brook, like he did against pretty much every other fight he done been in, he starts slow. He has a habit of starting slow. If he comes in this fight starting slow against an Errol Spence who is on go from round one, it's going to be a short night for Bud Crawford.
Well, remember, they always say that Bud is just collecting data in the early rounds.
Oh, he's gonna be collecting data, all right. Them fucking jabs and right hands and hooks and shit to the body, and them fucking jabs to the top. That's what data he gonna be collecting. How to get away from these fucking jabs. And y'all know Bud got a questionable chin. He done got rocked by Gamboa. He done got dropped by fucking green beans.
That was a slip.
That was not a slip. He got caught with a punch.
It was a half a slip, not full on. He did get caught.
No, it was. That's what they called it. They did call it a slip. That's why I'm like, damn, that's a real knockdown.
I'm telling you, that's not the first time that shit done happened though. Remember when Mr. Gary Russell fought Lomachenko?
Same thing.
Oh yeah, that was a knockdown. That was a 1-2, and Loma did go down, and they waved that off as a slip. That would have put it as a
last
that would have
night.
put it as a draw for that fight. That would have been a draw.
Velasquez caught Bud with a doggone hook, and that made him fall. That's when he grabbed a hold of him and he fell and hit the canvas.
Yeah.
Yes, that was a drop, bro. I went back and watched that several times because I remember hearing people try to debunk that shit, say, no, that was a slippage, man. That was a slip. No, it wasn't. I went back and watched. He got dropped by contact.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, another thing as well for Errol Spence's favor would be like everyone's writing him off. You know, even the celebrities, the ex-boxers, they're all saying like, "Oh, the car accident," and all that sort of stuff. So that could work in Errol Spence's favor because they're writing him off completely. All the
and that's what Errol Spence
all the
wants.
greats are writing him off.
Errol Spence wants that shit. You gotta remember, Errol Spence is in tune with what his fans are saying and what his haters are saying too. He's in tune with shit. He's watching that shit. That's motivation for him. So now you're gonna tell me the same dude that went in and broke Yordenis Ugas' face, literally broke his fucking eye. The same Yordenis Ugas who made fucking Manny Pacquiao have to eat soup. His wife had to spoon feed him soup.
Yep.
The Errol Spence
true.
and broke his fucking face, and his eye was bleeding for 40 hours. You mean to tell? And you ain't never seen Bud make somebody hurt like that, bro. So you gonna tell me that he's gonna come in this ring and somehow mysteriously he's gonna gain some kind of superpower, eat a sensu bean, train with the King Kai and Wiz and fucking Dragon Balls and get all this, make all these wishes to the dragon, the great dragon and shit. You mean to tell me he gonna mysteriously gain some kind of superpower? If Bud
but look, though, I do give him like 40% chance though.
He gonna get
you can't really say like it's completely gonna be a whitewash because if you say that, then this fight is not that big then.
Bro, if he comes in there and let his ego take over, like I know he's going to, because when Errol catches with him some shit, he gonna want to get his lick back. When he try to go get his lick back, that's when Errol's gonna capitalize.
That's when he's gonna capitalize. Yeah. That's the only worry for me. I think for me, if he sticks to the game plan, but the fight could, it could be interesting. But if he lets his ego run, like then I can see that happening.
Hey, I got another question for you, Mo. If Bud Crawford comes in there, and you know how all these old boxers, all these washed up ass damn boxers, Roy Jones and Antonio Catfish Tarver, and all these goofballs,
don't forget James Toney. James Toney said that Bud stopped him in 6.
Yeah. The whole lot.
But if you got these guys saying that shit, trying to pump Bud's head up, and you know his ego huge as shit anyway. I met Bud in person, so I know his ego big as shit. So if he comes in this fight thinking he's just gonna walk through Errol Spence, and he goes in there with that pompous attitude, you'll see it on him. He walk in there, and then what if Errol Spence does him like he did Mikey Garcia, shut down all of his damn strengths, make sure he can't land no punches, and he's nothing but jabs and trying to figure out how to get away from those jabs, and he's changing up punches every time you look up like he did against Ugas. Ugas couldn't time him because he kept changing up his punches. See, this is what people ain't looking at. I'm looking at the shit because I went back, I watched all of Bud's fights. One thing Bud can't do.
No, go ahead, Will. You got it.
Yeah, I think I think Bud, like, to me, I favor Errol Spence, but I think Bud's got a chance. He must have a chance. Otherwise, this fight is not as big as we're making out to be. Then, it might as well be like one of those type of regular fights. But definitely has a chance. But it's not gonna be. I don't think no one's gonna knock each other out. It's gonna be quite close, and I favor Errol Spence.
Right.
But anything can happen, man.
I think this, Mo, and that's a great point. I think this: if Errol Spence is as sloppy as he was against Ugas, then yes, Bud has a chance. This is boxing. He got a puncher's chance of making something turn around. But if he catches Errol Spence with some shit, and Errol Spence smiles at him and comes forward still, then it's going to be a long night for Bud Crawford. It's not going to go the way people think it is. And matter of fact, the way I think it's going to go is because of Errol Spence's resume versus Bud Crawford's resume, because Bud ain't never really fought an elite dog like Errol Spence has. And then motherfuckers trying to diminish what Danny Garcia's done, trying to diminish what Mikey Garcia's done, trying to diminish everybody Errol Spence ever fought. Like Errol Spence has just been fighting bums all this time, and when he hasn't. But I think the reason why it's a hold up on the signing of the contract is because of the fact that Bud knows deep down in his heart, he knows that his resume is shit. And when he get
But
in
here's
there,
the thing, Will. But
Mhm.
Will, if I can offer you maybe $6-7 million guaranteed, because I know Bud is probably looking for that guaranteed money, and
Yep.
then I can give you some on the back end.
Yeah.
I'll give you concessions, a little bit of pay per view. Why would you turn down? This would be your career highest payday, right? Why would you turn that down?
I'm telling you why. Because Bud's pride. You got to think about it. You got to tie in pride. Now,
Mm.
if Errol Spence comes in this fight and washes Bud, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it could happen. If he comes in and washes Bud, then his whole resume and everything, all of these fighters that been going out here praising Bud, like he's this great mysterious fighter and he is this and he's gonna wash Errol Spence in 6 rounds, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, blah 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 blah. What happens when Errol Spence shuts that shit down? Everything that Bud worked for his whole career since 135, since 140, coming undisputed. He's a 3-division champion. And he comes up and fights a dog like Errol Spence, and Errol Spence completely beats the fuck out of him. He's gonna dwindle off into nothingness like Mikey Garcia did.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think
Tell me,
to
it's gonna happen. I promise you, it's gonna happen.
me, I think Errol Spence, he's not gonna get credit if he beats Bud, but he should get that credit because everybody is like, undermining him, like, they're not even giving him any chance. He's saying he's gonna get
Let
knocked out
them
in
keep
6 and all that sort of stuff.
Let them
So
keep
if Errol
talking.
Spence wins, he should get that credit, man.
Let them keep talking. You know what's gonna happen, Mo? After Errol
Yeah.
Spence beats the fuck out of damn Bud,
Yeah.
they're gonna, Bud was too small. Oh, Bud wasn't ready. Or da da da. The negotiations.
No, they're gonna say that. They're gonna say it's a Mikey Garcia part 2 because
Right.
they're gonna talk about you had a 135 pound, and naturally a 135 pounder, and you just beat up a smaller kind of person.
He's a weight bully and all that sort of stuff. They're gonna say he needs to move up. He needs to fight someone his own size. But Bud's reach.
But then why would Bud call out Jermell? Bud was in there. He'd go to 154 and fight Jermell.
He gonna get beat the fuck up by Jermell Charlo, bro.
What? He's calling out Jamel.
He gonna get beat the
Oh,
fuck
my
up
face.
by it. If he go up there trying to fight Jermell Charlo, he get knocked the fuck out, dog.
He's gonna get knocked out, bro.
Knocked the fuck out. That's not no 12-round fight. That's a knockout. Jermell Charlo against Brian Castaño, the last fight, bro.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the shots that he took and he was walking forward the whole time? Shit,
Right.
Oh,
knock
shit.
fucking Bud ass in the
remember
next. He gonna knock him in the next century. Bud
Next-
ain't gonna beat no Jermell Charlo. Like I said,
Then why was he talking about that though? You know what I mean though? I am sure Will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. But you got these Bud dick riders that's out here. Oh man, he'll go up there and beat Jermell Charlo. Where? Where's he found somebody who got a jab like Jermell Charlo, who's got a fucking uppercut like Jermell Charlo, who can cut the ring off, who can move around? And Jermell and Errol fight similar. They both got
Mhm.
well-educated jabs. They both can take a punch. They got chins. Even after Errol Spence's accident, he still got a chin. He took 2 shots from Ugas. Flush. Took him and smiled and came back and whooped his monkey ass.
Ugas made a mistake though. He made a mistake. When Errol looked back and he stood still for like about
And he
5
smiled.
seconds.
He admired his work.
Ugas was confused. He didn't know what to do. Like if that's Bud, I feel like Bud would have attacked him.
But
That
Errol
was
ain't
his
gonna make
chance.
that mistake again, bro.
He's not gonna make that mistake. Yeah.
Again. That's not gonna ever happen again. You'll never see
Yeah,
that.
that's never gonna. I don't know why he did that, but like if that was, I don't think. Yeah, that is.
Because the referee walked forward like he's gonna stop it and let him get his mouthpiece, and he dropped
Yeah.
his hands. But the
Yeah.
ref never did stop it. So Ugas did what any other fighter should have done. He came forward and hit him with 2 punches, made him back up to the rope.
You know what?
I
That makes.
mad at Ugas about that. He did what he's supposed to do.
You know what,
It was
though?
Errol's fault. He shouldn't have dropped his defense. You got to protect yourself at all times.
But you know what though? That
True.
makes Ugas. That makes Ugas like a fair fighter. If that was Bud, he would have attacked him. Bud don't care. He
And
would've-
that's the only way he can beat him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, Bud would have went all out, man. If that was Bud, but Ugas, like he's a fair fighter. He wants a clean fight. It's just some people are clean fighters. We know like there's a lot of fighters like Deontay Wilder. He's a clean fighter. But he's not a clean fighter. He would have just go for it. Any
Yeah.
chance he gets, he would just smash him up. That's. But I can't wait for that fight, man. What's going on now? One minute they're saying it's signed, and the next minute it's like, oh, it's not signed yet. What the hell is going on?
I don't believe shit that come out of Bud Crawford camp. They lie all the time. I don't believe shit. I believe Errol Spence. That's why I watch his page like I do. Because I
What's
know
he saying?
Errol
What's Errol Spence saying?
like, you remember everybody else was saying, well,
Yeah.
Errol ain't never sent no contract to Bud. There ain't no contract out. But Errol Spence posted on his Instagram that, yes, we sent them a contract, signed the contract.
Oh
You know?
shit.
So
Mhm.
it's on Bud. If this fight don't get signed, it's because of Bud. Like I know it would be. Because Bud knows if he goes in there and gets his ass beat by Errol Spence, it shuts down all the narratives from Tarver, shuts down all the narratives from Roy Jones, shuts down all the narratives from B-Hop, shuts down all the narratives from James Toney, all the narratives from ESPN, all the narratives from pretty much everybody. All the dick riders on fucking YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, all those weirdos, they go away. They can't say shit then. What can they say? What do they got to hold on to now? Bud loses everything. But if Bud loses his fight, he loses everything he built. And then what does he
Where's
got?
the fight gonna happen?
Say he gets beat by Errol Spence. What does Bud do next? Go to 154 and try to fight Jermell Charlo and get beat the fuck up again?
That's what's gonna happen. Yeah, he's gonna go up.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen.
Exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna move up to 154 and get his
Yeah.
ass handed to him by Jermell Charlo. Because Jermell Charlo gonna put on a boxing clinic. And he's gonna manhandle and beat the fuck out of damn Bud. I was
Way
totally
bigger.
I'll put it like this. I'm not sure if Bud really makes it all the way through a Tony Harrison fight.
No,
I would
think
like to
Tony
see
Harrison
that
can beat
too.
Bud. That's what I think. Because
Yeah.
Tony Harrison is a technical fighter. I like Tony
Mhm.
Harrison. I really like Tony Harrison.
I really like him
really
too.
that's
I'm
my-
very high on Tony Harrison.
He's a great fighter, man. Tony
Yeah.
Harrison.
great fighter, bro. Great fighter. He's always been a good fighter to me. I like Tony Harrison, and he's fine.
And he's a good guy as well.
Since he lost his dad, it's like he's coming back into his own again, and I love to see it. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't wait till he get fully back focused again, because I know losing a parent is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I hope and I pray that he get his mind back right, and he goes back and becomes the old Tony Harrison and goes in and put that work in. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be dope though.
Mhm.
I love Tony Harrison though. Tony Harrison is
He's a great human being, man.
I've been high on him. I love his boxing ring IQ. I like the way he moves. He's very educated. He knows his way around the ring. He's Team USA boxing. Like, I've been high on Tony Harrison.
Yeah, that's why I like Devin Haney. That's why I love Devin Haney, because he's a fundamental fighter. I love fundamental fighters. Floyd was a fundamental fighter. Hit, knock,
Yep.
hit, duck,
Support
move.
Stevenson.
Love it.
True. But no, like I said, Will, we've been dialoguing up here just because we don't know what the holdup is. I was thinking there's a location. It might be money.
No,
it might be a few things like that.
it's gonna be in Vegas. I think it's Bud trying to stall out, trying to say, "Hey, I want more money." When the real truth is, if he had any kind of confidence in himself, he would already signed the fight, because they're already being reasonable enough with him. I think they've been a little too reasonable, if you ask me. Because what is Bud
Ooh.
to make him a prima donna, and he can go and make demands of Errol Spence when Errol Spence has been doing all the heavy lifting?
So
Because he
basically,
went to
what you're saying to me now is he's got the contract.
Canastota and got his hand. It's because he went to Canastota for the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Already got his hand casted, so he's already got that prima donna. I'm already in the Hall of Fame. I'm already a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Let me make this clear. So he's got the contract. So we're waiting for Bud right now.
Yeah, we waiting on Bud. We've been waiting on Bud.
Yeah,
Like, you remember
we're
when
waiting on Bud.
Errol Spence,
Unbelievable.
he said, when I get this third strap, we're gonna see who holding up the division. And ain't it coming to fruition? When has Errol Spence ever lied?
This is crazy, man. Bud is basically like, oh my
Errol Spence
days.
never lied. Errol
He's a
Spence
drama
never
queen.
lied. He's never lied about shit. This man, when he said he's gonna do something, he said he's gonna clean up his side of the street, and I'm gonna get this belt from this guy, this belt from this guy, this belt from this guy, and then when I'm done with this, I'm coming on your side of the street and I'm coming to whoop your ass. That's exactly what he told Bud, and he's done everything he said thus far, all the way up to the.
I mean, what if
The only person whose stories unchanged has been Bud every
Yeah.
fucking time. First it was, oh man, it's 50-50 my way or 60-40 my way or no fight. Oh, this fight is beyond me, it's past me, I ain't thinking about this fight, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, whatever. But no, it's Bud. This ain't with Errol Spence. Errol Spence did what he said. Errol Spence already called out Bud. He already did all the shit. Bud could have sold this fight the night that Errol Spence fought Ugas. If he popped his ass up in the ring and said, yeah, we next, this fight would already be the most talked about thing. It's already the most talked about thing now, even with Errol Spence just selling the fight by himself. if Bud would have walked his happy ass in that ring, if he really wanted this fight, he would have showed up in Dallas, Texas, and he would have got in that ring after Errol Spence beat Ugas, and he would have got in there and said, "Yeah, we next," and that would have sold the fight. This would have been everything. There wouldn't been no excuses. Nobody can make. No Errol Spence fans can say anything. No Bud Crawford fans can say anything. Bud wants to fight. Errol Spence wants to fight. Here we go. Yeah. We already done established that Bud already done told Errol Spence to his face that he gonna do yada 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 yada, and Errol Spence told him blah 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 blah, and then that would have been the topic of discussion, and motherfuckers would have been working to build this fight. But Errol Spence did the shit by himself, and Bud didn't show up in Dallas, Texas. So that shows me again. I'm telling y'all, it's not what you say, what you do. But what you do, he's showing you every reason why he don't want to get in this fight, and the reason is obvious. It ain't because of the money. It ain't because of the venue either.
What about Kinahan? What about Kinahan?
He's not from Texas. He's from New York City. And if that was the case, then why not have the fight in Dallas, Texas? Knowing there's going to be a huge crowd there. They're going to pack out the building. It's going to sell out. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But he want to go to neutral territory. We can go fight in Vegas. Errol Spence already told him that when he met behind stage with Bob Arum standing right next to Bud and told him we gonna fight in Vegas.
And Bud was the one in that same video. He said that he suggested the Barclays. He said we go to New York.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But what I'm telling y'all, action wise, what does Bud show anybody that he wants this fight?
Yeah, he's not really showing it, man. No. I remember when he used to say like to this girl on Instagram, he used to say to her like, "Oh, I'm not interested in this fight. I don't need to fight him, you know." But like I see it in the chat. Yeah, he's saying, "What about Cunningham? Is that like could that be a reason why we might not get the fight though?" Because
remember, Bud did say that Bud did mess a little bit with Daniel Kinahan.
I don't know if he was really involved with Daniel Kinahan like Tyson Fury was. Like you remember when everybody was out here laughing, talking about, well, Tyson Fury didn't have no dealings with Daniel Kinahan, but I pulled up video Friday showing that he was involved with Daniel Kinahan. Now he's banned from coming to America. Yeah. But Bud wasn't involved with him like he was involved with Bob Arum. You know what I'm saying? I think he's still involved with Bob Arum. But Bud gonna have to do something. I mean, shit. I mean, enough is enough, nigga. If you want to fight, fight. If not, drop the belt, move up.
Yeah, like I was also gonna chime in and say, that week that I went for the Edgar Berlanga fight, Terrence Crawford was at the Turning Stone Casino for that Jalalov and that African dude heavyweight Showtime PBC card, and I should have went to that fight because I would have pressed Crawford at that fight, but I didn't know that Crawford was actually going there simply for the fact that he was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I just find it so weird that Crawford, he has all the time in the world to go to these type of events to be recognized, but yet you don't have time to go show up to EJ's fights to actually promote it.
Right.
He did. He came to his last fight.
Exactly. Like I said, if he would have showed his ass up in Dallas and went to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium and went down there and got his ass in the ring and said, "I'm next." That's all he had to say. He didn't have to say nothing else. I'm next. Yeah. That's it. That would have sold the fucking fight right there. That fight would, as soon as they announced the ticket sales for that fight, it's sold out.
It's already gone. Tickets are gone.
Everybody want to see it. Everybody wants. I want to see it. I want to be there. I want to be in the building. I want to go see the fight. That's the fight I want to go see. Bud versus Errol live and in person. I want to see it because I'm an Errol Spence fan. I'm a big Errol Spence fan, but I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a fanboy to the point where I deny reality and shit.
Not like Deontay Wilder. You don't support him the way you support Deontay Wilder, or do you support them like equally?
Right.
Like obviously Deontay is different, isn't it?
No, it's pretty much the same with Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder. Them two of my favorite fighters. Like,
to me, Deontay Wilder is like he represents like the people like differently in it, like globally, like the way everyone recognizes him.
Errol Spence
globally.
Errol Spence stands for his people. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The reason why I'm a fan of Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder is because they stand for my people. You know what I'm saying? They don't wait.
Absolutely.
They stay on code. They go and support.
And it was Errol Spence that called out DJ Vlad. He said that you don't really like black people.
Exactly.
I remember that because
Yeah,
I remember,
He
and
called out Oscar, he
people
called out
forget
Oscar
that.
De La Hoya too. He called out
yeah,
Oscar
yeah,
De La Hoya when that racist ass email came out. He said, "You don't
yeah.
do well with black fighters."
That was That was, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Errol Spence got guts.
Yep.
You know, he
I'm
speaks
telling
out.
y'all, Errol Spence. The difference between Bud and Errol Spence, and I like Bud Crawford too. I don't even want to get it twisted. I like Bud Crawford. I like him. Like I said, I talked to him when I was in Atlanta. I seen him face to face. I'm taller than Bud. I'm bigger
Really?
than him. But
Oh, wait.
How tall is he?
How big is Terrence Crawford actually?
Terrence Crawford
I
is
like
short,
me.
5'9". He's shorter than me. He's like 5'8", 5'7".
Oh yeah, then I tower his
Oh
ass.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm 6'1". Oh man, I'm
6
Errol,
feet.
towering over him.
Bud is not that big of a dude. If you go on my Instagram page and go through where you see me wearing a camouflage shirt with a brown hat, it was the night of Shakur Stevenson versus Jamel Herring. And I was with the boxing section. I was with Kyle.
Did you take
And
a picture?
yeah, I got a video of me seeing Bud in the hotel.
Wow,
I was there.
Mm.
And matter
that's
of fact,
it's nice to meet you.
Bernie was outside talking shit. We was outside laughing and joking.
I'm not gonna lie. I like both of them, man. Listen, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to
No,
you.
I
When they
actually
fight, I'm not gonna
like
listen.
that was a good friendly
I'm gonna support both
conversation.
of them in it. I want the best man to win
I do too.
when they fight.
I honestly do. I don't care. Matter of fact, I don't even care who wins this fight, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
really don't care.
we
I just
both
be
win.
saying it just for the semantics. But in
The
all
fans win.
honesty, it's two black kings fighting in this
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Two black kings fighting in this fight. Two kings
hmm
that I like to see fight. I know they
Yeah,
both are talented. I know they both are phenomenal athletes. I'm not gonna take that away from them. But what I'm
yeah,
saying is the actions of Bud Crawford is showing me that he has some reason why he keeps
yeah.
ducking and dodging this fight.
Ducking and dodging. Yeah, that's what he's doing, isn't it? He's not really showing us like he wants this fight. The
I'm
science
thinking
is
it's
not
the
looking
money.
good. Yeah.
To me, I think it's the money. Like I know he knows that this is a great fight for undisputed everything. My only thing is I think the reason why Bud is on is possibly for the money. I don't know what's been offered to him, but I know it's got to be a career high payday.
But ain't
Like you're gonna be
60-40 gracious enough? I think it's like 55-45. From
I
what
would he should have jumped. He should have jumped on it then. But then
55-45
let
of a fight like this of this magnitude, and you mean to
Yeah.
tell me you ain't gonna bite down on this shit? Bruh.
I think 45-55 is fair. I think because Errol
that's
like
generous. That's generous. That
It's
is
40,
generous. That's a homie hookup right there.
what's
that's really
fair is 80-20. That's fair.
Oh, oh
I think
lordy.
it's a great offer, to be honest, because that fight is probably going to do about, I reckon, between 600 to 800,000. I think that's what it's going to do anyway. That's still quite a big number.
Plus a sold out stadium or arena. So count
In,
that too.
especially in Vegas. If that's in Vegas, that's like easily like what 20,000 like gate revenue, and then you got like between 600 to 800,000. That's like Canelo kind of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's huge.
It's Errol Spence. Errol Spence is gonna sell this fight. Errol Spence is
Errol
gonna put
Spence
the
probably
asses
will
in
sell like
seats.
about 300 to 400,000, isn't it?
Yeah, Errol Spence is gonna put the asses in seats. He
And
gonna
then the haters is going to come as well, and then the haters are going to buy as well.
and it's gonna be magnified because everybody want to see Errol Spence versus Bud. That's been the talk for the last
Yeah.
3-4 years.
Oh my
Right.
God, man!
Like 2018.
2018.
And we don't want that excuse of like we don't want the excuse of like Arrow aged out Bud or anything like this has
Right.
got to be the prime time.
Fight him now. Why you in your prime? Fight him now.
Why you're how old is the enemy? Like 35, isn't he?
He's 34.
34, about to be 35.
Bud's 34. Errol Spence is 32.
Arrow's a young guy, man. Felix is making me laugh in the chat. He's saying Bud should get like 5%.
95-5.
95 to 5.
But my only thing is if he was one to accept the 80-20 split for Manny Pacquiao, I mean we could negotiate based off of that. But I think it was a guaranteed 10 million where Manny was getting 40. But I mean,
Yeah.
like I was saying, if F Spinoza gives you like 6, I'm giving you 6 plus commit. Plus maybe plus you get pay-per-view and maybe concessions. I might be able to get you concessions too. Like that's still career high payday.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Just think about it though. Errol Spence's last fight, they gained over $5 million in the gate. A new record. $5 million gate. And it's like 365,000 pay-per-view buys that were sold. Man, come on,
That's really
bro.
good amount.
$74 a piece. what, $80 a piece, you might as well say, for tax. Yeah. Errol Spence is Errol Spence, you gonna get paid. You gonna get the money ain't even the issue. Bud is gonna make a career high payday no matter what he gets. He's
And
gonna
you know
make
what? Everybody wins. They're
hey,
both
absolutely.
millionaires.
Y'all
We
see
win.
Cougar flying on private planes and shit and at fights and stuff, looking out after his owl looked like a fucking Pac-Man. I mean,
Nah, Ugas went bought three. He bought three of those Pedak. What is it? Pedak watches. He's a watch kind of collector. He was showing them off. I'm like, oh, look at you, Ugas.
Go on his damn Instagram. You'll see.
Yeah,
what
he was at
after
the fucking. Oh,
Go ahead, dog. I'm sorry.
no. He was at the fucking Turning Stone Casino. The fucking what same night as fucking Crawford was watching the Jalala fight, and he looked like he was totally fine.
I'm telling you, Errol Spence put that bank in his pocket, bro.
Put that money in.
He put that bank like Mikey Garcia. Y'all remember Mikey Garcia disappeared after he fought.
Mikey went and bought that goddamn Avenatti. What is that? Like a Lamborghini Avenatti? He bought that shit off of the Errol Spence fight.
That's $150,000 car. We ain't bought that shit. Come
Errol
on,
was paying people.
For real.
Man.
You get paid when you fight Errol Spence.
Yeah, but to be honest though, Bud already has millions though. Like he's not like he's been getting millions, but he needs to fight him. He needs to take whatever he gets offered. Like we don't want to hear like all this talk.
The money ain't even the problem, bro. And matter of fact, frankly, I don't even give a fuck what he gets because I'm not getting none of it. I don't care.
Exactly.
I just want him to sign this fucking fight so we can get it over with.
Exactly, man. And with me, I don't really care what fighters get. Like like AJ, I'm an AJ fan, yeah. Like AJ, he's the cash cow in the division, yeah. So like, I was saying back then, I was saying like, give Wilder 50-50. It's gonna, whatever. Yeah. Give him 50-50 if you want to fight. Because I know Shelley, wanted 50-50. I was like, give him 50-50. Why are we offering him 15 million?
Y'all see how much I spot that shit in there, bro. But AJ is not the cash out cow at heavyweight. Wilder.
No, but he was at the time though. At the time, he was back in 2017.
That's true.
Yeah, because he was touching like 20, 25.
I have to remember.
Yeah,
his name went down.
His endorsement deals got him out like Under Armour and something else that he had.
He still got his endorsement and stuff like that. But back in 2017, you have to remember AJ was the cash cow because, like he had a massive fight with Klitschko and Wilder was there as well, working for Sky Sports. I remember at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wilder needed fought against Bellew outside the stadium.
But that was Shelly Finkel messing that up because if he had Klitschko signed under Shelly Finkel and he had Deontay under Shelly Finkel, Shelly, why didn't you make this happen?
Wait, I don't understand. Yeah. He is, isn't he?
Wilder wanted to fight Vladimir Klitschko. He wanted to fight him. He called him out too.
I think you know what? I don't trust. To be honest, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't trust Shelly Finkel. I don't know why, but there's something about him. He's just like Eddie Hearn. Like I don't like Eddie Hearn either. Like these guys, they're always milking the black man.
That's true.
That's the way I see it, man. Even like his statue, I didn't really want to say nothing, but like, why is he there? Like he's not normally around. He's trying to get him out of retirement. Like the man is happy. Like they always want to milk the
$50 million, bro. Guaranteed $50 million and 50-50 on the back end. He could have walked away with about $100,000.
And you forgot. My bad to cut you off on me, Will. But remember what Eddie Hearn said. They said that this Alabama man doesn't have $50 million. What happened 4 days later? There was an undisclosed amount, and then Eddie Hearn was like, where did he get this money from? I'm like, maybe Al Heyman and some others put together a bag, but it was delivered.
They had the money because they knew the fight was going to be $100, $200 million fight because everybody at the time wanted to see it.
That would have been huge, man. They should have just.
They listening to Eddie Hearn cost himself, and then he goes and loses to Andy Ruiz in Madison Square Garden. Get the fuck out of here.
Eddie Hearn admitted in the end. He said we should have gave him 50-50.
Man, that $50 million. Man, if Wilder offered me $50 million to fight him, I don't give a fuck if he knocked me out in the first round in 2 seconds. I don't give a fuck. I would lay down, twitch, shake, on myself. You gonna
do the Arthur Spilka?
Yes, sir.
I think at that time as well.
Fuck out of myself. I don't.
I think at that time that AJ was dangerous as well. Like this AJ now that we have, he is gone soft. But at that time, 2017, that AJ he was like the goods.
How you
But now
think?
this AJ is different.
How you think AJ's gonna do against Ugas the second go round?
He's gonna have to go for a knockout, man. I
He
don't
gonna
even
get.
look.
I think Anthony Joshua.
He's gonna get, if he goes to distant. I think he's gonna get the nut. Whether
He's
he loses or whether
out.
he wins, he's still gonna get the nut
I
if he
think
goes to distant.
knocked out, dog. Because I think, because remember in the last fight against Usyk was very hesitant to go and really bite down on Anthony Joshua. He didn't do
I
it.
think he's gonna go for a knockout Usyk because he was told last time apparently
Out.
not to go for a knockout.
His ass out, dog. Usyk is just a good fight. Like Anthony Joshua can't move his head off the line from a jab to save his fucking life.
And
Yeah,
now,
Usyk
but
was
what
like a
I
one-shot
know, Will, now you got Robert Garcia as your trainer. Like,
I don't care what training he got. When he get caught with some shit, he gonna go right back to what he know.
Yeah.
He gonna shell up and he gonna get caught with some more shit, and then that's gonna be his ass. Cause he ain't
To
Andrew.
me,
He ain't gonna be
I think
500 pounds running in there, standing in the middle of the ring, hoping he stop. Nope. This gonna be a Usyk that's gonna be on his ass because Usyk is a fundamental boxer. That's why I like Usyk.
imagine this though. Like imagine AJ beats Usyk, yeah, and then he beats Fury. He's like our savior, like, because these guys like they've been running around, like, because that's what they won. They won 2 white champions.
Right.
Like this is what they're really craving for. They don't really care about AJ. Like you have to remember what's going around right now. Like
I think Fury stops AJ though.
yeah, but we want AJ to beat all of these people because you know what? Like it's gonna be bad. Look at the moment, everybody in England right now, the behavior, I'm not liking it, man. Oh yeah, we're taking over. That it's just I can see the behavior, bro, man.
Man, they
Like,
gonna
the way they speak about black fires and stuff like that, bro, man. He ain't looking good, man.
Calls and tips on his ass again. Because AJ terrible against Usyk. Terrible.
Yeah.
No fundamental, no defense. He just shelled up and kept catching punches.
He would have knocked him out though.
He got caught with a 3-piece and a biscuit.
AJ's a big dude, man. He's like 6'6", 6'7". I don't know why he's not using his size.
Well, because when AJ gets hit with some shit he don't like, he
fights like 5'9", as if he's little.
That's a mental thing though, bro.
Like, yeah, bro. The way he bends his knee, like, why are you doing that? Like, like just man up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, days, man. But the fight is confirmed though. Now it's going to be on I think 20th of August.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in Saudi Arabia. Like, that's another like a slap in the face because now I actually wanted to go see that fight, but I am not traveling to Saudi, man. I don't have that type of money to like spend.
Bro, they could have put it in the O2 Arena, or they could have put it in, and it would have sold out because the UK is very big on AJ. They love AJ there. No matter how,
it's a big star, man.
That's why I respect some UK fans. I respect them because y'all are real fans. Y'all don't.
If Wilder, listen, Wilder, they still like Wilder. You know that Wilder used to come here all the time. Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't come recently. Maybe it's due to the COVID and stuff like that.
That pandemic stopped him from traveling.
He used to be good friends with that guy IFL owner. like Kugan Velasquez as well. Because I remember back in 2012, 13, all the time he used to interview him. He used to even go to Alabama as well, like, and we used to watch his interviews. And he used to come over like here as well, like London, and I remember one time he met Dean White because there was some sort of issue. I don't know if you've seen the clip.
Dean
White on the internet.
Hey, him and Dillian White was in the same building with him in New York, and he was quiet as a mouse.
Yeah, he was quiet as a mouse. Yeah, I think Dean was speaking to Deontay though. Dean was just chatting to him like, because Dean is like he's like he ain't like an aggressive type of guy. He's when he talks, he's kind of like a friendly person. But look, Deontay Wilder, he's actually liked up here. Like he's even opened the restaurant here. I think in somewhere in near Sheffield.
Yeah,
he's actually quite liked.
In Alabama, in Tuscaloosa.
Damn! Congratulations.
Yeah. He opened there's a restaurant here in the UK that he opened as well. Like he's liked up here. If he fought up here, I'm not gonna lie to you. If he fought Tyson Fury in the UK, I think he especially the first fight and the second fight, the third fight, Wilder would have won that. The referee would have waved it off, bro. I don't know what's going on in America. Like people go down.
And Daniel Kinahan fixed them judges and fixed the referees and shit. He did all that shit.
Yeah, but in the UK, if you go down there is no like one. Even yesterday, the top round card, like there was a guy knocked out, and the referee, is still like 1, 2, like fucking hell, man, just fucking wave it off. It's over. Like in the UK, once you're out, that's it, man. Wayne Poundton, you won that fight. It's a knockout.
In Nevada, bro. They let Tyson Fury walk out that ring thinking he did something when he got knocked the fuck out. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, man.
Been a trilogy between Tyson Fury and Wilder. Should have never been that.
And you know what? The worst. The worst thing is, whenever I talk about, to the ops, whenever I talk to them, yeah, they're like, oh nah, but look what the record says, like, oh just get over it, like. But I seen what my eyes, like I can't like delete what my eyes seen. I know what happened. Like it's just you can't even speak about it. You're gonna be called deluder, and they're gonna name call you like.
Yep, I don't care about all that.
Horrible.
Like I said, Tyson Fury had to cheat Deontay Wilder 3 times in order to win that fight.
So horrible, man. It's so horrible, man. Like especially in his own country as well. Like that is bad.
All 3 fights he cheated, but Daniel Kinahan was managing Tyson Fury during Deontay Wilder 1 and 2.
Yeah, and even the third fight because
the third fight Tyson Fury got knocked out again, and they put there's a reason why they put Russell Mora in there. Russell Mora is a shitty ass referee anyway. He let Alex Mares hit this dude in the balls 12 times, and didn't even
you get him on the balls, sir.
Yep, sure did. He didn't even give a fuck either. He didn't care.
But if they do fight the 4th time, I think Deontay Wilder should come over here. I think he gets a fair shake up here. Up here is not so bad like America. Like up here, the fans ain't gonna take that bullshit. Like if everybody will be like on the referee's eyes, like I think there's gonna be some sort of riots. Like
Deontay Wilder to fight Tyson Fury cheating ass again.
To be honest, and you know what? In a way, like Deontay Wilder made like a Tyson Fury millionaire. Look at him now. Like before he fought Wilder, like Fury was poor. Like he didn't even have that much money. And now look at him now. Like
he had his fucking he had a what kind of truck was that? It was a Bentley truck he had. That motherfucker got repossessed. He got a fucking Volkswagen fucking Passat.
Yeah, the Passat, didn't it? Volkswagen Passat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 56 plate.
Right.
2006.
When he got caught cheating with them peds and them that cocaine and shit. But Deontay Wilder lent his platform and his popularity to Tyson Fury and let Tyson Fury get his rocks off. And Tyson Fury took that shit to his advantage, and he damn shitted on Deontay Wilder and cheated him. Because old media wanted a great white hype, and it was Tyson Fury. And that's what they did. And notice that all the propaganda behind Tyson Fury is like he's this undefeated fighter and he done held all the belts and blah, 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 blah. And then when you come back and contest it, like he's only defended 1 belt 1 time. That's it.
1 time against what? Like against Dillian White? Because
Wilder.
The Wilder fight, that don't count. So there's only once. He defended against Dillian White once. That's it. He's only got 1 title defense.
Tyson Fury never defended the when he had the unified belts. He didn't defend that either. He dropped those because he got caught popping pads.
I swear to God, I swear to God. The second if he would have fought Klitschko again, he would have got knocked out.
He used Nederland against Wilder in the 3rd fight too. Remember when he suspiciously caught COVID and I lost a whole shit ton of money when I was supposed to go to Vegas, but shit.
That was so suspect, man. The guy was literally, he said that he had COVID, to me, I don't think he was ready because he was walking around like we've seen the images.
He was on
all over America.
He was cycling on pads. He was cycling on Nederland.
Yeah. Man was like, cycling shit, innit? But like, this is the thing though.
Why do you think Tyson Fury had so much energy after he got dropped by Deontay Wilder?
Bro, I don't understand how man got knocked down and he's still like he's still fighting as if he hasn't got hurt.
He got knocked down. He stayed down 14 seconds and got up
and he recovered.
All the energy in the world. He had the energy of the Energizer Bunny, and he stopped Wilder in the 11th round with a temple shot.
I reckon, you know what? Yeah, I reckon they let him use Clenbuterol.
Deontay Wilder gonna beat his ass. I think.
You know what I reckon? I reckon they gave him Clenbuterol. The BBC gave him Clenbuterol because Canelo was allowed to use that shit, right? So Tyson Fury is using Clenbuterol. That's what I reckon.
Fuck Tyson.
No one ever spoke about this, but this is like something that just came in head.
Come here no more. And Tyson Fury been banned from here since before when Valdez fought Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah.
Like shit. We didn't even find out until what, like a couple of days ago, that he was
I'll give
making
you a secret right now.
600.
Okay. Have you seen Tyson Fury's picture that he posted about a week ago? That he
Yep.
said that he was in Miami.
Tyson
Did you see
Fury.
that picture?
I don't believe shit to come out of Tyson Fury.
No. Hear me out, because I don't believe that shit. That picture was like an old picture. And last week he wanted to go see the Daniel Dubois against Trevor Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
That fight happened in Miami. So Tyson Fury was not allowed to go there. They said, no, you're not allowed to like go America. So what he done was like, he posted that picture, which was really, really old anyway. So he's making out like he's not really banned from the UK, from America, but he is banned from America.
Told,
So that picture is just a fake picture, just to make out that he's allowed to go there.
man. Who was that woman he shoved, dude?
That's his wife, Paris, isn't it?
No, who was that woman that he shoved that was trying to hug him at that fight?
Oh yeah, that was just a random person, bro.
Damn.
And he just pushed her.
Taxi cab drivers and fucking shoving women and shit now. That's a stand-up guy.
He's a madman. He's justifying everything. Like, have you seen that? Have you seen that knockout by Julius Francis,
Yep.
the ex-boxer?
That was funny as shit.
Julius Francis.
Yeah. Tyson Fury was like, yeah, if that was me, I would have done the same thing. And I'm like, nah, you know about that. You know about that life, bro.
The only reason why he stopped Wilder is because he hit him in the temple where he did the damage in the second fight.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I want to ask you a question. Like, this is a serious question here. You know that dent about Deontay Wilder, yeah?
Yep.
That is fucking serious, because you know what? Yeah, I don't even want him to come back and box him, because you know what? If someone hits him in that spot, bro, that's how you can die, bro, man.
Mm-hmm. Wilder wasn't tired in that third fight, right? His equilibrium was off.
Bro, like I reckon Deontay Wilder, yeah, should say, you know what? F you, Finkel, and JD as well. All of them. This is about his health, bro, man. Like, they're trying to bring the man back. The man is like, he's done everything for them. Like, he made them so much money. Like, just like, is it worth it, bro? Like, losing your life in the ring, like.
Yeah, I want Wilder. All right, to be honest, I
don't care who likes it or not. I'm just gonna tell you like the truth. I care about Deontay Wilder. You know, I've been following him for a long time. Yeah. And Shelly Finkel, I've known him. Like, he's been promoting over 50 years, like about 40, 50 years, something like that. And like he don't care about fight. These guys are promoters, bro. Like, let's be real, yeah. Like, they will always find somebody else, man. Just like Eddie Hearn, they're all crooks. I don't trust none of these promoters, man. All of them.
Yep. Like I said, I hope Wilder retires. To be honest with you, I don't think none of these finicky ass, fake ass fans deserve like Deontay Wilder. I don't think they deserve it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I reckon he should just call it a day. Like, you know, you gave us like a fantastic 42 fights.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. And obviously there was mistakes that have been made. Not agreeing about the Fury fight and all that sort of stuff. But obviously sometimes in life shit happens. And we just move on.
Fury cheated. I don't give a fuck. That erases everything that happened in all three of them fights for me.
Because I erased that anyway in my head anyway. When I look at BoxRec, I'm like, there's 3 fights don't exist in my you know what I mean, in my opinion.
Yeah, if he's a great fighter like everybody says he was, then I think he would have beat him on skill alone. But Tyson Fury got like, he's just tall and awkward. That's the only thing Tyson Fury has to his credit.
You know what though? Do you know what? You know, Fury and AJ, I think they're around the same height, because like they were around each other a couple of times, and you don't see nothing different. Like, I don't think he's that big.
Tyson Fury 6'8", Deontay Wilder 6'7".
6'7", yeah, but they say that on BoxRec. So how come AJ, he's like 6'6" ranked on BoxRec, but then he's way taller than like Dean White, but Dean White is ranked as like 6'7". I don't, bro. These BoxRec, like, I don't know, man.
He's like 6'4", 6'5". He's not tall as Wilder. Wilder's tall as shit.
Who, AJ?
Wilder's tall as shit.
Wilder is 6'7".
Wilder's 6'7". He's the same height as my cousin. He's 6'4".
Yeah, but look, what do you know what I reckon as well? The weight as well. Like, I wasn't really happy about that weight. Yeah. Like him coming to like 130. Like, I mean 230. Like, that was bro. I don't know who advised him that.
219, 220. That's what I think.
That's that. When he's like that, he's an animal, bro. When he's like 212, 215, he is a monster, bro.
Let him say it like 219, 215. He's good there. He still carries his power. He still can knock you.
And stamina as well. Like somehow he didn't really have a stamina as well. Like when he's like when he waits that heavy, like
It
you
was,
lose a lot of stamina.
his equilibrium that got thrown off. Like
Yeah.
Tyson Fury, every time Tyson Fury dropped Deontay Wilder in that third fight, it was because he hit him in the side of the head where he created that dent.
Tyson Fury knows now.
Yep. Remember the first knockdown? He knocked down Deontay Wilder. He grabbed him and then he
Yeah.
punched him on the side of the head, and Wilder grabbed the hold of his waist and fell down. Yeah, he hit him on the side of his head. That threw his equilibrium off. And he still
I remember everything was going well, and he done that. Like I'm like, oh, to me, when I was sat in the same spot where I'm sat right now, like watching on the TV, and I seen the same thing happening in the third fight, and I'm like, fuck's sake, like, oh my god, like it was like I'm watching the second fight all over again. Like it was, and then when in the fourth round, like when Fury was down, I was so happy, man.
Yeah.
And obviously the referee had to ruin it and all that, you know.
Yeah, I like I said, I hope Deontay Wilder retires. I wish him nothing but the best of luck. Whatever he decides to do, I'm riding with him.
He's a singer now, isn't he? With his brother and all that. So he should be selling. You know, he's got fans that will buy that, so he should make money out of that. He's still got his merch and all that sort of stuff. I think Deontay Wilder should open a YouTube channel. I don't know. Maybe you can ask Tay about that. You know,
he does have a YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel.
Oh, what Deontay?
Yeah.
What's his YouTube channel?
I think it's like Bronze Bomber or something like that. I gotta go find it.
No, yeah, I know. No, wait. I know his YouTube channel, but it's not really active, though, is he?
No, it's not really active, but he'd be watching these channels and stuff. That's what he'd be on watching, though. Because Wilder he'd be watching these chats and shit.
Wilder's a good man. Like you can see that he's down to earth. Like, but sometimes it's good not to be like that. Sometimes
I want
people will take advantage of you.
I have to go see that statue in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
I think what Blue Blood said was that one time when he was in the stadium watching one of the fights, there were certain boxers that were, they're more about themselves, like Floyd. Floyd will barely give like Fight Hype, Fight Hub, a little interview. But then I guess Blue Blood was over there, and he said that it took Deontay over an hour just to leave the stadium because he signs people's stuff, takes pictures. Like he's very down to earth, very personable, and not many people are like that. You know what I mean?
And let me tell you something about Deontay Wilder. Remember, when he said to Radio Raheem, like, oh, yeah, your people too. Remember that time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he shouted at him, and he said, till this day, and all that. Yeah. And then, guess what? Half an hour later, Deontay Wilder still gave him time, and they had a part 2 interview as well. That's how you know that Deontay Wilder is a good guy, man.
Yep.
He still gave him a second interview to Radio Raheem.
He's the people champion. Yeah, think about it. Deontay Wilder got talked about more after that third fight than Tyson Fury could ever get talked about. Because nobody gave a fuck about Tyson Fury. They knew this shit was fucking finicky because of that second fight.
Yeah. Tyson Fury, like, let's be real, like, without Deontay Wilder, he wouldn't be nobody right now. And that's probably the only mistake that Deontay Wilder has ever made by bringing him out of retirement. Other than that, he's been perfect. But sometimes as human beings, we're not 100%, man. He's still a human being, like he ain't God. So we will be making mistakes in life. It's just a human error. But hopefully, somebody's going to take this guy out, man. So I want someone to take out Tyson Fury, bro, man.
Yeah, I mean, don't trust me. I'm telling you, just keep watching the news. The karma that Tyson Fury got coming to him is going to be way better than Wilder knocking his ass out in the middle of the ring. Even though Deontay Wilder already knocked his ass out anyway.
Yeah, he hurt him already, man. Like he was like in the third fight, he was like double talking as well. Like he was still hurt though.
Yeah,
like, don't get it twisted. He was hurt
so hard his whole body shook.
True, we saw that all that jigglage when he was going down. See all that jigglage.
Bro, his whole look, it was like a wave, bro, man. It started from the top to all the way to the bottom. I've never seen something like that in my entire life. That was crazy, man.
Deontay Wilder hit him so hard his whole body shook, bro.
The whole body, bro, man. It was like a wave. I thought, what the fuck? What am I seeing? Like,
oh, man, I gotta go my ass to bed.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna go as well, man. We had a great chat, man. But yeah, that troll is blocked now.
Too.
I blocked that fucking troll.
We'll do. Hey,
Rob.
Salute to all you brothers. Salute to everybody. I see G5 Gabe and Bruce Goes just jumped in the
salute
chat,
to everybody, man, in the chat, man. K-Rod, thanks for having us, yeah?
Salute.
Thank you, K-Rod, man. Yeah, keep up the content,
Thank you,
man.
K-Rod.
Yep.
Keep up
And,
the
and
comments.
shout out to you. I am Chill Will. I'm gonna catch you guys on, and same thing, Mo
I
Boxing. I'm gonna
will.
catch you guys on
See
another
you there,
stream.
Glock, yeah?
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
it
yeah.
easy.
No doubt.
All right, peace out.
Yep.
I'm up out of here.
Thank you.
Hey, salute, K Rod.
Yep. Look, send you, man. Have a good night. All right. Oh man. Whew. Man, what a flame ass stream. And I thought people didn't watch me. But salute to all the brothers on the panel. Mo Boxing, Isaiah Felix, Bruce Gaz, Boxing, Jazz, and more. And the Texas brother G5 Gabe, Terry Smoot Jr., yeah, everybody, man. I appreciate you guys. More content always coming on the way. And also, once again, happy Father's Day and happy Abolition Day, aka Juneteenth, to all my fellow Black Americans and American people. To those that celebrate here domestically for the abolition of slavery. But either way, happy Father's Day to all the hardworking dads out there, including my own father himself. But yeah, I'll catch you guys catch you guys out later. And yeah, until next time. Salute to I Am Trill Will, Isaiah Felix. Salute to G5 Gabe once again, and salute to Tim Muzzy, aka Mr. Skywalker, and yeah, the grind don't stop, guys. So I'll see y'all later, and I'll catch you guys on another good stream on this channel. All right, see you guys, and also salute to the mighty LDBC, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.